Hello, good afternoon. My name is Richard. This is over and over and over again. This is Matchday Live. It is, of course, Chelsea versus Arsenal. It's a big game. It is going to be good. So come with us and let's see how it goes. Good afternoon, how you doing? I've got my Yorkie. I'm ready to go. Are the team ready to go? That is the question. Let's find out. So, let's have a look at the team, shall we? We've been waiting for this, haven't we? Since forever. This is how the Arsenal team line up today. So, in golden it is David Raya, the back four, Ben White, William Saliba, Gabriel, Giroud, Timber. In midfield, Declan Rice with 9 toes, Thomas Partey, and a totally unfit captain, Martin Odegard. And the front three, Bukayo Saka, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Martinelli. Doesn't trust anybody else, this manager. He's going to pick the same team until they literally can't walk anymore. On the bench then is Pedro Neto, Jacob Kiwior, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Alexander Zinchenko, Jorginho, Mikel Merino, Leandro Trossard, Ethan Nwaneri, and Gabriel Jesus. No Raheem Sterling at all in the squad. That's interesting after the comments in the week, isn't it? For Chelsea and in goal, it is, of course, Robert Sanchez. Their back fours, Malo Gusto, Wesley Fofana, Levi Colwill, and Mark Cucurella. In midfield, it's Romeo Lavia, Moses Caicedo, and Cole Palmer. And then it's Pedro Neto, Nono Madueke, and Nicholas Jackson. So what do we make of that Arsenal lineup then, guys? What do we make of it? I think it's, well, I'm not even going to say what I think of it. We've got some comments already, quite a few. Nathan's with us. How you doing, Nathan? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Everyone in the chat. Yeah, and yourself, my friend. Regener's gone 3-1 to the Arsenal. That is extremely optimistic, but I do admire optimism. Angie's with us. How you doing, Ange? Good to see Greg's here as well. He says after everyone in the chat. Nick Nack's with us. How you doing? Good to see Terry as well, of course. He said good afternoon, Richard, Greg, Nathan, Regender, Ange, special lady, and everyone else in the chat. Hit them likes nice and early, indeed. Regender said hit the likes for goals, indeed. That's how it works. Greg says, shows what a manager he is. Starting 2 players came back from injuries. That's how you manage players. Yeah, he's just desperation, isn't it, quite honestly? Terry says, Rice playing with a broken toe. He is, yeah, he's got 9 toes. Mark C says, the captain's back. He's back, but he's nowhere near match fit, is he? So what he's doing playing, I do not know. Regender says, same comment, same view. We won 5. Well, this team didn't win 5 on Friday, did. That was the women. That was great. Nathan says hi to Terry. Mark says, if ever there was a match we need to turn up for, it's this one. Absolutely correct. Mark says, I'm feeling good about that starting 11. Are you? Well, we've got 2 players who aren't fit. I'm a little bit concerned about that, personally. Regina says, let's go forward with a win like the women did on Friday. Let's hope so. Russ is with us, says, good evening, chaps. Hope you are doing well. Good to see you, my friend. We're very well here. Terry says, we ain't turned up all season. What makes you think they will today? Well, who knows exactly? Regender says, fantastic. I'm not sure what's fantastic. We'll see. Terry says, Russ, my man, is Kushti is indeed. Chan's with us. How you doing? Good to see Russ says, we'll be better with some goals and some points. Absolutely. Of course it will. 3 points would be lovely, wouldn't it? Nathan says, I have a feeling their midfield will be too strong. Yeah. I mean, let's see the fitness then. I mean, if Declan Rice has got a broken toe, as we've heard, how fit is he going to be? Probably not that fit. First click on that toe. He's probably had some injections, whatever they have, but I don't know. Martin Odegard probably trained 3 times since September. He's going to last 60 minutes, if that. And how good is he going to be? Just desperation for the man, isn't it? Desperation. Nathan says, Lavia and Caicedo have been really good this season. They have, yeah. And, of course, Cole Palmer. They have got a much better looking midfield in terms of shape and fitness probably as well. But let's see. We haven't lost here since 2018, which was Unai Emery's first ever away match for Arsenal. It was here. We lost 3-2. We haven't lost since. Mikel Arteta's never lost here. In fact, the only time he lost to Chelsea was at the twice he's lost at the Emirates. His first ever home game, of course, if you remember. when Jorginho scored actually the winning goal for Chelsea, didn't he? And of course, very early in the season, a couple of years ago, wasn't it, when we were bottom of the league, if we remember. So this is it then. Chelsea versus Arsenal. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? Is the Arsenal team from the last few weeks going to turn up? And then we'll lose, obviously. Or are we going to see a revitalised Arsenal team now? The saviour is back. Martin Odegard, the saviour of Arsenal, is back. Who would have thought that, eh? Martin Odegard is a good player. He's not a great player in the overall scheme of things, is he? But he works because our system makes it work. But the good news is, of course, today, with Martin Odegard back, what it means is there's no more excuses. Mikel Arteta's got no excuses. What he will say is, well, he's not totally match fit yet. Don't play him then. Don't play him in. If he's not totally match fit, don't play him. Terry says, if you're a Chelsea manager, I'm telling my players, tread on his foot and put some crunching tackles. Well, of course you do. Absolutely you would. Chad says, Odegaard is back to make another miracle assist. Well, maybe. Nathan says, you would test it. Of course you would. Even if it's not broken, even if it's just a rumour, you'd think, well, I'm not going to take that chance. You stand on his foot, wouldn't you? You stamp on his foot, first chance you get. Anyway, it's the last post for about the 10th time this weekend. That's a lovely cup of tea, by the way. I did a 10K run this morning, so I've been a bit busy, quite a bit rushed. El Loco's here. AD says, hi, Rich. Sterling can't even make the bench. Oh, of course, he can't make the bench, can he? Because he's on loan. I just remembered. That's not his fault, is it? So actually, yeah, I was thinking that myself, but now you can't mention it. He can't play at all because he's on loan, and you can't play against your parent club, can you? So actually, Raheem Sterling was never going to be in the squad today. It's nothing to do with him. It's nothing to do with Mikel Arteta. It's nothing to do with any of that. It's because he's on loan. I mean, he's crap anyway. We know that, but that's not the reason why he's not in the squad. He's not in the squad because he's on loan, and you're not allowed to play your loan player. Nathan says he's not even good enough. No, he's not good enough anyway. Absolutely, I agree with you. He's not good enough anyway. But yeah, he would probably have been on the bench had we not been playing Chelsea. But unfortunately, we are playing Chelsea, yeah, so we can't. Or say fortunately, maybe from our point of view, because it means he can't play, which is a positive, of course. Now, Chelsea, of course, come into this game above us on goal difference. So Mikel Arteta's boring negative football means that Chelsea are above us in the league, which is quite interesting, isn't it? Terry says, to be fair, if I was Chelsea, I'd let him play. You know, I would as well, yeah. I'd have put that part of the loan deal. Make sure he plays against us. He has to play. And he'd have to play in the starting 11. That would be part of the agreement, wouldn't it? You've got to play him. El Loco says, can't Arsenal cancel his loan and send him back? We need the extra space in the. So, well, I would like to think we could, although I'm not too sure we can. But anyway, if he doesn't play much, maybe Chelsea will recall him. That's our best hope, isn't it? Bearing in mind they're paying half his wages. Which Andrew says in January they can. Well, let's hope they do then. Let's keep our fingers crossed that January Chelsea take him away. And it might give us an opportunity to actually bring in a proper forward who can actually help us and do a job for us that we need, because so far we don't have one, do we? Anyway, the two captains, Martin Odegard and Moses Caicedo for Chelsea, are taking the wreaths, the poppy wreaths, off the pitch following that little remembrance ceremony that they've done at every single game, which is fine. It just does get a little bit monotonous when you've seen 24 of them already this weekend. And I did mine this morning at the run I did, so there you go. Anyway, it's going to be, looks like it's going to be Arsenal at the kickoff, overseeing red and white, Chelsea all in blue, of course, as you would expect. Well, Chelsea, apart from white socks for Chelsea, of course, Arsenal got red socks. And yeah, we don't seem to have a ball, do we? Or do we? Oh, we do have a ball. We are up and underway. Arsenal get the game moving here. Arsenal taking the goal to our right. The ball goes back to David Raya. Mark C says, surely Sterling can't play because he's alone. Exactly, yeah, we kind of figured that out. It did just occur to me after I'd said it, and I felt a bit stupid, but there you go. Anyway, Arsenal in possession, and the ball goes back to the goalkeeper, David Raya, just outside the penalty area. Arsenal defending the goal in which their fans are gathered behind it. The goal to our left. It's not the greatest away end, is it, in the Premier League at Chelsea? Although the atmosphere can be quite good. Anyway, we play the ball forward up this near side. But Robert Sanchez, the Chelsea goalkeeper, all in black, clears that away long. Actually, it could be quite a dangerous ball. David Raya's going to have to come out of his area to head it away. And then Ben White completes the clearance, but Chelsea back in possession with a Casado. Now it's with Levi Colwill, plays it forward to Cole Palmer, who is fit, as we knew he would be. They tried to say he wasn't fit, didn't they, Chelsea? But we knew better. In the same way that Arsenal tried to pretend Declan Rice wasn't fit, but we knew he was. Greg says Sterling is definitely a loner. That's why no one wants him. He is a loner, yeah, probably. Is he the Arsenal team? Anyway, Casado's been put under pressure by Martinelli over on that far side, and then Martinelli concedes a free kick. The referee, by the way, is Michael Oliver, who we all love, don't we? Because he's so impartial. I need to referee today, which is really good, isn't it? Anyway, Chelsea have taken that free kick. Played the ball up this near side to Mark Cucurella with the funky hair. Played it forward to Cole Palmer, but Arsenal pick it up with Ben White. It suddenly opened up for him. Kai Havertz comes across, but he was a bit slow there, wasn't he, Kai Havertz? And Levi Colwill has given the ball away, actually, but Chelsea managed to pick up possession again. And now Cole Palmer can flick the ball out to that far side. And Luque there going forward for Chelsea. Not really put under any pressure at all. Timber leaves him alone, and then the ball's played forward. Cross comes in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, but Thomas Partey is there. Cole Palmer was looking to get on the end of it, but it is cleared away. It's going to be a throw to Chelsea over on the far side. It was Gusto there who got forward. He's got quite funky hair as well, hasn't he? Some funky hairstyles going on in this game today by Chelsea players in particular. Cole Palmer goes past the player, tries a shot from distance. Oh, that's a great save. David Raya pushes it over. And Cole Palmer already showing his qualities there. He just got the ball. Didn't look like there was too much danger. He easily went past Martin Odegard's half-hearted challenge. And that was going in the top corner, actually. And it's just been pushed over there by the goalkeeper. And that is a good save. And it needed to be a good save as well. Mark C says, can't say Sterling has shown us anything. I'd rather we'd kept Nelson or Vieira. Exactly. Well, Nelson, certainly. Anyway, it's a corner to Chelsea on this near side in front of the Arsenal fans. Cole Palmer's come across to take it. And I'm sick of all these kind of comparisons about, oh, is Saka better than Cole Palmer? Who cares? They're both great players. Let's just enjoy them. They're both English as well. Anyway, that corner comes into the near post. It's headed out by Arsenal. Now we can try and launch a counter-attack. It is Saka. Plays the ball forward, looking for the pace of Martinelli, but he's beaten to the ball there quite easily in the end by Gusto. Malo Gusto, sorry, the French defender. And it's been quite an open start, actually, to this game. It is still 0-0, of course, but there's been both teams seem quite prepared to look at going forward. I mean, Chelsea do score a lot of goals. They have scored a lot of goals. They scored 8, of course, in midweek, Europa League record against some team that no one's ever heard of. But anyway, they've got goals in them, this Chelsea team. Of course, goal scoring has been a little bit of a problem for us this season, especially in the games that Martin Odegard's missed. And I'm not sure he's fit at all to be playing in this game, personally. But anyway, let's see. He did put in a very half-hearted challenge on Cole Palmer a few moments ago, which almost led to a Chelsea goal. And if you're not going to get stuck in, again, he pulled out of a challenge. That's 2 challenges he's pulled out of now, Martin Odegaard, in the first 4 minutes here. And Chelsea have turned over possession again. They're coming forward over on that far side with Madueke there. He's done really well. Can he get a cross in? In fact, he's looking for the overlap of Gusto again, but he doesn't use him this time. Goes back instead to Fofana. Chelsea with some comfortable possession now. Cole Palmer plays it back to Levi Colwill. Back with Fofana again. Wesley Fofana. And Chelsea trying to play the ball around at the back now. Mark Cucurella. And the ball's back now with Levi Colwill again. He's got a great name, hasn't he, Levi? It's Levi Roots. Anyway, Levi Colwill again plays that ball forward. It's a good ball, actually finds Cole Palmer in a little bit of space. Picked up the ball well. Plays it out to that far side. Another shot from distance comes in. And it's blocked away. It's going to be a throw to Chelsea. It's Gusto again with the effort there with beads in his hair. In his hair. I don't know which, if he went to the same barbers as Cucurella. You know, Cucurella now plays the ball up this near side with Pedro Neto. Who's had a got a good record against Arsenal, hasn't he? From his Wolves days, of course. Pedro Neto, very good player. They've got some good players, Chelsea, actually. And they're doing pretty well, aren't they? They are just sitting above us in the table at the start of play today on goal difference. There's 2 goals. They're 2 goals better off than we are. Anyway, that ball there has gone out of play. Just goes to show, doesn't it? The Chelsea manager, he managed in the Championship last season for Leicester, got them promoted, of course, back to the Premier League. And all these people say, well, there's no better manager out there than Mikel Arteta. Well, how do we know? Because Arne Slot, no Arsenal fan would have wanted, would they? You know, this guy from Chelsea, no Arsenal fan would have wanted. And here they are, both sitting above Arsenal in the league. Yes, okay, it's very early in the season still, but, you know, there's plenty of managers out there. The guy at Brighton, you know, what a fantastic job he's doing. Young manager. You can't tell me there's no one better. There is lots better. We just need to be a little bit more creative in how we think about it. Doesn't necessarily have to be one of the managers from the Premier League, does it? There's plenty of managers outside the Premier League that are coming in and doing well. Terry says, how many more minutes do you want to give Odegard? He's had a minute in Italy. He's ready. Arteta knows what we need. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure Martin Odegard will run out of steam before the hour mark today. He hasn't seemed to have got any steam at all at the moment. Like says, looking at that bullet shot from Palmer, there was never anything wrong with him at all. They were saying, absolutely, of course not. I mean, you know, that happens, doesn't it? You know, every team tries to do it, don't they? Say that one of the key players might be injured for a big game, and they never are they? You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Declan Rice hasn't even broken his toe. Anyway, he's on the ball now. And that ball's threaded through. It goes out to that far side. It's going to be Gabriel actually playing as a left winger at the moment. Not quite sure what he's doing there. Anyway, he puts a cross and it's deflected behind it. It's going to be a corner to Arsenal. So he's going to stay up there now, isn't he? Of course he is. Because he's a threat, isn't he? Although he's only scored 2 goals this season. For all this talk of Arsenal's brilliant set pieces and how dangerous Gabriel is, he's only actually scored 2 goals this season, Gabriel. And the second of those was quite a long time ago. In fact, I can't remember the last time we scored from one of these corners. Are we starting to get found out? I'm not sure. Anyway, Declan Rice with his broken toe goes over to the Chelsea fans and obviously giving him some stick. And he seems to be good-humoured. Declan's got a smile on his face as he goes to take this corner in front of those Chelsea fans. We've played 8 minutes. It is still 0-0. It's been quite an open game where there hasn't been a lot of goal-scoring opportunities. There might be one for Arsenal now, though, because we know what these corners tend to produce. Again, it's a very similar run. The corner comes in, but the referee's having it retaken, a bit of pushing and shoving in the area. Kai Havertz has gone down, and Moses Caicedo is telling him to get up again. Not quite sure what happened there. There's always physical contact, isn't there? A corner, you know, Chelsea know they're going to have to be physical with Arsenal because of the way that we place our corners now, how we play these corners. And that's all they were doing anyway. The referee has decided to stop it. I don't know if there's going to be a VAR check. Kai Havertz is talking to the referee. But anyway, I don't think we're going to get a penalty. But anyway, I'm sure that we're just going to get this corner when the referee's just had a chat there to the 2 players that were involved. And we're going to get this corner finally taken. A lot of nonsense there. That was unnecessary, really, wasn't it? But anyway, it's modern football for you guys. It's modern football for you. Anyway, Kai Havertz is going to take up a position at the far post along with all the other Arsenal players. Declan Rice is going to take this corner again this time. Plays it in towards the near post. It's flicked on. Overhead kick attempt inside the 6-yard box is cleared away. But Chelsea don't get the ball away very quickly. And Declan Rice puts another cross in. It's not a bad cross either. Gabriel trying to get on the end of it. Good defending by Chelsea. A shot from distance comes in from Ben White. But still Chelsea haven't cleared the ball. And Declan Rice there gets it taken off him over on that far side by Maduka. They've done really well. And now Chelsea can also counter-attack. They have got some pace, haven't they, when they come forward, Chelsea? They are a threat. Terry says, West Ham rejects. I bet he wished he had stayed at West Ham now. Is that what they were singing to him? Was it Chelsea reject? Well, West Ham reject. Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose it's what they would sing, wouldn't they? But anyway, the only trophy of his career so far, he did win at West Ham, of course, a European Conference League, which some people might scoff at. But let's be honest, as Arsenal fans, we haven't won enough European trophies. I'll take a few Europa Conference League titles. To add to our European collection. That's a great switch of play, actually. over on that far side. Maduka again cuts in field. He's going to try a shot. It gets deflected. It is going to be a corner again to Chelsea. It is a very open game, isn't it? Both teams just looking to attack every opportunity. Arsenal actually playing quite an expansive style at the moment. And we know, of course, what Chelsea's strengths are. And they've got one themselves a corner again on this near side. And they've got some big, strong lads in there as well, haven't they? Cole Palmer is going to take this corner for Chelsea. He is a fantastic player, isn't he? There's no doubt about that. Anyway, this corner comes in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. David Raya at full stretch grabs that. Good, safe hands by the goalkeeper. And a quick kick out as well, trying to get Saka. Oh, wait, Robert Sanchez is out quickly. In fact, there's a foul on David Raya as he went to kick the ball away. Was it Nicholas Jackson? But it was great hands there by the goalkeeper. In fact, it was Levi Colwill. In fact, David Raya seemed to kick him. And yet it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal, which seems goalkeepers are slightly overprotected. We saw that, didn't we, in midweek in the Champions League game when the Inter Milan goalkeeper came out and punched the ball and got obviously quite a bit of Mikel Merino's head. And it wasn't given as a penalty, which I felt was the right decision. But goalkeepers obviously do get protected. And I think David Raya got much too protected there. Because as he went to kick the ball, the Chelsea player just stood still and he's kicked him. Anyway, Arsenal coming forward over on that far side with Timber. But it was good defending there from Wesley Fofana. It has gone out for a throw to Arsenal. He was claiming he was pushed by the Arsenal left back, but the referee has just given Arsenal a throw, which Jurgen Timber's going to take. We're finally getting some of these injured players back, aren't we? So we're running out of excuses now if we don't start performing again. Anyway, that ball's going to run behind for a goal kick to Chelsea. Rajendra says he moved towards. Well, he didn't. He sort of stood still, didn't he? And Raya just sort of kicked the ball and kicked the back of his leg. But I say goalkeepers are quite protected, aren't they? Well, that's going to be a corner to Arsenal, actually. It did come off Wesley Fofana. Where's it been a corner? It should be a corner. I'm not sure if it's given us a goal. It's given us a goal kick. Well, there you go. Mark C says that should be a corner. Yeah, it should be a corner, yeah. But anyway, the way it goes, isn't it? They're not the big decisions, are they? But they add up in a game, I suppose. Anyway, Chelsea playing the ball nicely through midfield. They've played some nice football, Chelsea, but Arsenal getting stuck in there. It was Bukayo Saka won the ball, finds William Saliba. Now it's with Declan Rice with his 9 fit toes. I must admit, I'm not sure how you can play with a broken toe. I've had a broken toe before, and it's bloody painful. Anyway, Thomas Partey plays up his near side to Bukayo Saka. Ben White's gone on the overlap. Ben White's got the ball. What's the cross like? He dinks it up towards the far post, headed away by... I'm not sure who headed that away, actually. It was a good defensive header. And now Chelsea looking to launch a counter-attack. This is what makes this game so open. But that was good play in midfield. In fact, it wasn't because it's given us a free kick by... Oh, in fact, it's a free kick to Arsenal. Gabriel's taking it quickly. Now Kai Havertz finds Bukayo Saka on this near side. Everything's being played at 100 miles an hour. Saka cuts in field, tries a shot. It's blocked by Mark Cucurella. Those two have had plenty of battles, haven't they, over the years? You know, when Cucurella played for Brighton as well, of course. He's a good player, Cucurella. He was a left back that I kind of quite fancied Arsenal buying when he was at Brighton. But we've got a few Brighton players already, haven't we? Sorry, former Brighton players. I do apologise. They don't play for Brighton anymore. Obviously, Ben White being one of them is taking this throw. Of course, Leandro Trossard is on the bench today. You know, Arsenal trying to do everything quickly at the moment, taking throw-ins quickly, free kicks quickly. And we're trying to pass the ball quickly as well, which is good to see. Martinelli over on that far side, faced by Gusto. Gusto does okay, actually. Shows quite a lot of gusto in that tackle. Terry says, at least if we lose now, we can blame the referee. We always blame the referee. Absolutely. Mark C says, have a painkilling injection and get on with it. Yeah, but I don't think the painkilling injections are really good for you, are they, in the long term? Plus, as well, when I play with I actually played with my broken toe much earlier than I should have done, and now it's grown back a little bit weird. It's not straight; it's kind of wonky because I didn't let it heal. And you know, it doesn't really bother me now, but I don't know. It just seems, you know. But yeah, you're right. They can give them painkilling injections now, can't they? And then, you know, that's the way it goes. But anyway, if you keep playing with painkilling injections, eventually it's going to catch up with you, isn't it? because it's not long term, is it? It's all right, but it's not a long term solution to the problem, is it? But anyway, Mason says there, where can I watch a live stream? Depends where in the world you are. It's on Sky in the UK. Chan says we finally played the ball, not parking the bus. We're not parking the bus. No, it's funny, isn't it? You know, we've had Martin Odegard out and we parked the bus for 12 games, and Martin Odegaard's back, even though he's not fit. And suddenly we're going to play attacking football. Why don't we play like this anyway? And Martin Odegaard's hardly touched the ball, so it's not because he's on the pitch that's made any difference. He's not really touched the ball yet. Anyway, Martinelli over on that far side. I suppose the way that Chelsea play kind of helps out a little bit, but anyway, it does seem a bit strange, doesn't it? Anyway, Martin Odegaard has got the ball now in quite a deep position, twisting and turning, plays it into Saka, gets it back again, and that goes all the way back to William Saliba. Martin Odegaard's got it again, and that's a ball out to that far side. Good header it was, though, there by Gusto, I think it was. And now it's another free kick to Arsenal. Caicedo with a challenge on Martin Odegaard. And he might well be getting a yellow card here, the Chelsea captain, Moses Caicedo. Mark C says, get yourself an IP changer. Exactly, yeah, that's all you need to do. It's the future, isn't it? I mean, to be honest, that's like a 50-50 chat. It's Martin Odegaard pulled out of that one as well, and then he's got hit by Caicedo. See, I don't think that's actually a free kick. I think it was a 50-50 ball. Martin Odegaard at the last minute pulled out of the challenge, and Caicedo didn't pull out and just obviously like smashed into him, because that's what happens when you pull out of a 50-50 challenge. You're going to get smacked. And I don't even think that's a free kick. It's just Martin Odegaard pulling out of tackles again. He's done that about 3 times. Terry says, 1 kilo of ketamine and it will make Rice run quicker as well. Works wonders on racehorses. It does, yeah. And cyclists as well. I don't think it's ketamine that they use, is it? But anyway, Mark C says, a VPN company indeed. We know how to do it, my friend. We know how to do it. As B says, laughing at Terry's ketamine comment and the racehorses. Well, I don't think Declan Rice is a racehorse, really, is he? But anyway, during Timber plays the ball out this far side, Martinelli, and then he gives the ball away, actually, and Chelsea will clear it away. But they won't, actually, because Martinelli's committed a foul on Moses Caicedo, the Ecuadorian. They're just putting up the stat on there that I said before, that Mikel Arteta has never lost a game at Stamford Bridge. 3 wins and 2 draws. Of course, last season's game was one of those draws, wasn't it? We were 2-0 down and got out of jail a little bit, didn't we? With those 2 late goals from Declan Rice and Trossard. And then the other draw, of course, in his first game, that was a 2-2 draw as well, wasn't it? When we were down to 10 men and we were behind, and Martinelli got that famous goal, didn't he? From a Chelsea corner, if you remember. It was in the days when I thought Mikel Arteta might actually be the manager to win us some big trophies, but those days are long gone. Anyway, Cole Palmer does really well. Plays the ball up this near side to Pedro Neto. Chelsea got a couple of players in the box. What's the cross like? It's not bad. Towards the far post. And Maduka comes in. Got the header on it, but heads it wide. And Chelsea get the ball forward very quickly, don't they? Cole Palmer did really well there. And played the ball up this near side. Pedro Neto's cross to the far post was a good one. And it was he probably should have done better there, actually. Maduka at the far post. He easily won his header. I'm not sure who he was up against there, but he won the header quite easily. He should have maybe headed it back across the goal. I mean, it's easy for me to say sitting here, but obviously that's where he needed to head it, rather than hitting it sort of straight, and it went quite way wide. But another chance for Chelsea. They've had a couple of half chances, really, haven't they? Arsenal playing out from the back, and David Raya finds Ben White on this near side, pops the ball into midfield. Cucurella with a strong tackle on Saka, and now Chelsea have got an opportunity here. Cole Palmer on this near side inside the box, drills it across the 6-yard box, but David Raya's there. Comfortable save. And if Arsenal lose the ball on the transition, Chelsea are very, very quick, aren't they? We just lost the ball again. Dally on it. That was Kai Havertz, and Chelsea again are coming forward here. Cole Palmer on the edge of the box tried to thread it through the legs there of Ben White. Didn't quite work. Nicholas Jackson made the run ahead of him. Now the ball's back with David Raya, all in yellow, kicks the ball long into the Chelsea half. It's headed not very convincingly away, actually, and Arsenal picked up the ball now with Bukayo Saka. And surely that's going to be a yellow card for Levi Colwill. He's claiming he won the ball, and he maybe did, but it was a very, very reckless challenge. Side on Bukayo Saka. I think he was a bit frustrated that he'd earlier lost it. I mean, yeah, that's definitely a foul. It's definitely a yellow card. He can't really have too many complaints, can he, Levi Colwill there? You can't tackle like that. And I'm sure that was a yellow card. It was a yellow card after 21 minutes. So one of the Chelsea central defenders on the yellow card is a good job, isn't it? Terry says it's a good job. Chelsea's forwards are as crap as that. Well, they're not, though, are they? I think Chelsea's forwards are pretty good. I think Pedro Neto is a fantastic player. Noni Maduka's pretty decent, well, isn't he? I mean, Nicholas Jackson's not much cop, is he? But he scores a few goals. I mean, Declan Rice is going to take this free kick just slightly on this right-hand side, about midway inside the Chelsea half. Let's see what this delivery is going to be like from Declan Rice. It's going to be his right foot. Quite good use towards the edge of the 6-yard box, but Sanchez is out. Could have maybe picked that up. He said he's punched it. Although Chelsea have picked the ball up and now they're going to try and come forward. But that's not a great ball. Saka plays it forward to Kai Havertz, and then it's a free kick to Chelsea, I think it is. Was it Moses Caicedo there? Mark C says, cast iron yellow card there. Normally Saka gets chopped and they don't do well. No, exactly, yeah, they don't usually. But see, the goalkeeper there, he could have caught that and he went to punch it instead, and he did punch it. Whereas I don't know why he didn't just come and catch it. Anyway, that's a modern thing for goalkeepers, isn't it? That they tend to do. He could easily have caught that, but anyway, Chelsea got away with it. Now they're looking to come forward, ball into the centre circle. Good challenge there by Gabriel Martinelli, but Chelsea have got the ball again. Again, it's over on that far side with Maduka. He's a great little player, isn't he? That's a good ball as well. Oh, it's almost flicked back into his part. If it does come back to him, and played it across the 6-yard box, and I think it was William Saliba there got the ball away. Chelsea still in possession. That's a good switch of play to this near side to Pedro Neto. Gets it under control. He's got Ben White ahead of him. He's going to try and go around the outside and get a cross in. Ben White's done well, but Neto's still got the ball. He's still trying to get the cross in. And Ben White's still trying to stop him. He does get the cross in. Oh, and it should have been 1-0. It's headed over by Gusto from about 2 yards out. He really should have headed that into the net there. That's great ring play there from Pedro Neto on this near side. And Gusto should have scored. He won't get an easier chance than that. That's great play from Pedro Neto there. Somehow he made space for that. That's an open goal there. Gusto's headed over. I mean, Martinelli did quite well defensively there to put a challenge in, but he's got to score there. He's got to score. Gusto should score. It's an open goal. He's headed it over from about 4 yards. Nathan says, should be 1-0 down there. Absolutely, we should be 1-0 down there. There's no doubt. I mean, look at that. Wow, that is an incredible miss from literally 2 yards out. I don't know how he's missed it. Mark C says, crap header. Well, it was a crap header because it was an open goal. Anyway, now he's getting some treatment. Terry says, crap. But he's not a forward, though, is he? He's a fullback, isn't he? So, you know, he's not expected to score goals, is he? He's a fullback. But anyway, yeah, he should obviously have done much better there. It was an open goal. Of course, I don't know whether or not you guys have seen the scores from earlier today in the Premier League. There were some quite interesting scores, wasn't there? Man United beat Leicester 3-0 at Old Trafford. Bruno Fernandes, a Christensen own goal, and Garnacho. Newcastle won 3-1 at High Fly Nottingham Forest, which was an incredible result, really, wasn't it? It was Murillo gave Forest the lead, but in the second half, Newcastle came back. It was Isak, Joe Linton, and Harvey Barnes with their 3 goals. Newcastle with a big 3 points there. Of course, the funniest result of the season so far, Tottenham 1, Ipswich 2. Ipswich's first Premier League win for since 2002. Incredible. Zmodics and Delap gave Ipswich a 2-0 half-time lead, and it was Bentencour's goal back, but Tottenham lost. Had they won, they would have gone above us in the league as well. So that would have been interesting, wasn't it? Anyway, they didn't. So there you go. But it is here at Stamford Bridge. It's still Arsenal 0, Chelsea 0. And Gusto is back on his feet again. Chan says he's a side back. What's a side back? Is it? I don't know what a side back is. Anyway, Terry says spot on, Mark. Indeed, Mark says they're faking injury because he's embarrassed. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Anyway, Chelsea cleared that ball away again. El Loco says it's clear to see why Chelsea let Sterling go. No way would he get on the bench in this chap side. No, absolutely not. I mean, he wouldn't get in a team, would he? Absolutely no chance. They play far too quickly, and they've got far better players than him in wide areas. It makes you wonder why we've got him. What could he possibly bring to our team anyway? Saka with a cross from this near side, and it's headed out again by Chelsea, defending quite well so far. Timber with another cross, but he's overhit that. He's going to go behind for a goal kick. 26 minutes on the clock. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 0. It's been quite an interesting game. It's been lots has happened, but no goals. Chelsea should be in front. There's no doubt. They've had the two best chances. Cole Palmer's long-range effort was tipped over the bar by David Raya. It was going to dip under the crossbar, and it's just that headed there from Gusto from 2 yards out. Open goal, headed it over, and Arsenal haven't really tested Robert Sanchez yet in the Chelsea goal. But we might do now because Chelsea are giving the ball away. Bukayo Saka on the edge of the box tries a shot, hits the defenders, come out the far post. It will be 1-0. Oh, it's a good save. We have finally tested the goalkeeper. It was Martinelli again with the effort. And every time Martinelli misses a chance, we tend to concede a goal at the other end, and we might do now because Chelsea are steaming forward. Cole Palmer's made a run into the box. It's Maduka. Can he find him? He comes to the other side instead. Shot comes in, blocked. And Arsenal do get that away. And an exciting passage of play there. It could be 1-0 to Arsenal. Instead, it could have been 1-0 to Chelsea, but it's still 0-0. And Chelsea's still in possession. And there was a chance at each end there. And maybe neither team maybe made the most of that, did they? Tim had just gone down. He got the ball kicked in his face. Chad says Martinelli should make it 1-0. He should have done. He should have done. But it was a good save. We said we hadn't tested... we hadn't tested Robert Sanchez, but we did there. Mark C says missed another sitter. Yeah, he has missed another sitter. I say every time he misses a big chance, it tends to make us pay, doesn't it? Did he hit the goalie, or was it the defender behind him? That's a decent save, actually. To be fair, that's a decent save. I wouldn't call that a sitter. It's a good chance. It's a big chance, and he should score. But that's a decent save, actually. You know, the reactions by the goalkeeper with his left arm. Just managed to deflect the ball away. He hasn't done much wrong there, Martinelli, in actual fact. It's a good save, but yes, we should be 1-0 up. And I say he's missed some big chances in some other previous games, and we've gone on to drop points, and that's been mentioned, hasn't it, that was a turning point. Is that going to be a turning point today? We'll see, because Chelsea almost scored straight away from that miss, didn't they, up the other end? And Chelsea are in possession now. Oh, that's really good play at the back, driving forward. With Wesley Fofana plays it out to the far side. Chelsea do attack in numbers. They attack with pace. Fofana again. The cross is deflected behind. It's going to be a corner, is it? To Chelsea. They're very slick. They're attacking play, isn't it? It's really good to watch. Really good to watch. It's pace. Did that go out? Is it a corner to Chelsea? I don't think it is. I think he just got that cross wrong, didn't he, Fofana? But it was a really good run forward by the centre back. There you go. Rajendra says the goalie was in the right place at the right time. Well, yeah, he was. I mean, he had to stick his arm out quickly, didn't he? It was a good. I thought it was a good save, actually. I don't think Martinelli's done much wrong there. But yes, as a striker, when you've got a chance like that, you should score. There's no doubt. You know, we should have been 1-0 up, but then Chelsea should already have been 1-0 up with that chance that Gusto missed. So you know, I think the scoreline at 0-0 or level is about right. I think both teams have had moments. Chelsea obviously slightly more moments, but they are the home team. But I think we've done okay, actually. We're playing quite well. It's a better performance than we've seen in recent weeks. Look as though we've got a little bit more energy in this game. Played nearly half an hour at Stamford Bridge. He's still 0-0. He's ball played out to this near side to Martin Odegard. You wonder how long he's got in his legs. He's not played, has he, since September, when he got injured on international duty for Norway. This is his first game back. He's only had a couple of training sessions, as we know. He did briefly come on against Inter Milan on Wednesday, right at the very end of that game. Terry says, what time does Odegard start? Well, he starts when he wants. He hasn't really started yet, has he? You're right. Anyway, William Saliba chips that ball forward to Ben White, but he couldn't get it under control. And it is cleared away by Levi Colwill. Ben White takes his throw, but Saka has got 2 Chelsea players to get past. He manages to get past both of them. And in the end, the ball's gone behind. It's going to be a goal kick to Chelsea. Or is it a free kick? I'm not sure. But Saka's left the ball where he found it, which was quite funny. Of course, this is the last game, isn't it, before the international break? The last internationals before Tommy Tuchel takes over the England job. It's going to be interesting, isn't it, to see how that works out, obviously, for the next World Cup. I'm pretty confident Tommy Tuchel, of course, former Chelsea manager, isn't he? Will actually do a decent job for England. I think he's a very good coach, a good manager, knows what he's doing. Tactically, really clever. Anyway, Cucurella's just fouled Saka again. He needs to get his hair cut, doesn't he? He looks like a mop. Like an actual mop that, you know, that you'll wash the floor with. Daniel says there that was a good foul by the left back. Well, yeah, I mean, do a lot of fouls. Oh, hang on, we're in a chance. Oh, and it's a goal from the quick free kick. Kai Havertz has slotted it in, and from out of nothing, Arsenal have scored, and it's Kai Havertz with it. The Chelsea defence switched off. They're saying that the free kick was taken too quickly, and it caught everybody out there. And Kai Havertz has finished it off from close range, slotting it through the goalkeeper's legs. And, I mean, I'm assuming the goal's going to count. The free kick was taken quickly. He's not offside. He's definitely not offside. And, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that goal at all. He did well, actually. Kai Havertz slotted it in. And, wow, that was a bit unexpected, wasn't it? But it is. Hang on, VAR are checking this for offside. VAR are checking it for offside. Let's not get excited yet. It might be disallowed, guys. It might be disallowed. An offside, possible offside. We can't really see. They're not really showing us a very good angle, are they, here? I mean, it doesn't look like he's... If you look at the line across the penalty area, you'd say he's offside. Because the line across the penalty area, his arm's on that line, whereas a Chelsea defender isn't. So he does look as though he is offside in that particular image. They don't even need to draw a line, do they? Because the penalty area line's there. And he is offside. It is offside. It's not going to count. It did look offside. And it was a clever free kick, actually, but it's not going to count. And I think Kai Havertz now knows that. And it is 0-0 still. El Loco said VAR read off. Yes, indeed. He was offside, you have to say. And Mark Cucurella is speaking to the linesman there. I mean, come on. I mean, it was a tight one. You can't really blame the linesman for that. But you see, that's what VAR is for. And, you know, whether it goes in our favour or against us, you have to say that when VAR works properly, it does add something to the game. Pedro Neto's got a yellow card, actually, and all of that. It does bring something to the game, doesn't it? Because that goal, he was offside, and it's been given as offside. And that's what VAR should be used for. And I say when it works, it works. Even though sometimes it doesn't always go in your favour. But I think we need to understand that sometimes it is actually, it does make the right decisions, you know, and we need to appreciate that because a lot of them are going to go in our favour as well, aren't they? But that one obviously didn't. Terry says they can't give 29 offside. What about caring the community? Well, yeah, I know, but rules are rules, aren't they? I suppose. Anyway, Thomas Partey plays the ball back to Gabriel. We've got about 10.5 minutes till half time. It's been a decent first half from Arsenal. And we maybe deserved that goal. But anyway, it was offside. Martin Odegard just lost another 50-50 challenge and Chelsea have got the ball again. Why are we playing a player that's not fit? Well, it's not even if he's not fit. He obviously doesn't trust himself because he's not going into any tackles at all, is he? He's just pulling out of them all. And when he's captain of your team, I'm sorry, but your captain's got to lead by example. And the example is not pulling out 50-50 tackles when they're there to be won. And he's done that too often in this first half. And that's partly, I say, mainly because he's not 100% fit yet. And secondly as well, because he's not, doesn't. I don't think he trusts his injury. I think that's one of the problems, isn't it? But anyway, let's see how that develops. And there's a free kick on halfway to Chelsea there. Maduka there was fouled by Duran Timber. And Chelsea, they want to take the free kick quickly as well, aren't they? Which has made this game flow quite nicely. And Arsenal close to taking the lead, but it was disallowed. And there's another foul there. There's been a few fouls in this game. That was Maduka there as well. Marksy says Adams is my favourite donkey. I don't know. We was at Scarborough recently on holiday in the summer, and there were some donkeys on the beach there. They were quite nice, actually. I don't know why. The sort of term donkey is, has got negative connotations. We're calling someone a donkey because I think donkeys are quite nice. They're quite cute. They're good workers, aren't they? They're quite like nice animals. So I don't know why it's looked on as a negative comment to call someone a donkey, because I like donkeys. But anyway, I mean, obviously they're not quite as impressive as horses, of course not. But they're different, aren't they? So it's fine. But I like them. I like donkeys. I don't like to see them used in a negative way, or the term donkey as though it's a bad thing to be a donkey. I'm sure donkeys like being donkeys. And he says, I like donkeys. Yeah, I like donkeys as well. Yeah, I think they're pretty cool. They're quite cute as well, I think. I don't know why they get so much stick, really. I say the ones we saw on Scarborough Beach were nice. Little kids were riding up and down on sand on them. They just look like a loving life. Well looked after they are. Great stuff. Anyway. And equally, I know the term goat has got a different meaning, but goats aren't very nice, are they? They kick you and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And yet that's looked upon. If you're called a goat, you're looked upon as being good. Well, I don't think goats are that good, are they? Anyway, that long ball played over the top. David Raya's going to have to come for this, and he does outside his area and boots it up the pitch. Rajandra says Odegard guiding the press. Well, he can guide all he likes. He's pulling out challenges right, left, and centre, and that's not what you want to see a captain do. It's easy to leader to guide the press, isn't it? You just got to run towards a player with the ball, and when he gets there, he's just bottling out of it, isn't he? So it's no good. It's just not acceptable. Greg says just not Havertz. Havertz ain't a donkey. Donkeys are nice. I keep saying. Aggie's what they doing? Says today the league in Sweden ended. Women's league yesterday. Oh, did it? Who won the league in Sweden then? Who won the league? You have to let us know. Terry says it's because they're slow and plod, not quick and fast like a tortoise. Well, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, but I don't think Tony Adams was called a donkey because he was slow. I don't think that was what it was about, was it? But anyway, I still like donkeys anyway, no matter how slow they are. Cucurella now's got him behind Saka. Oh, it's a good tackle that was by Saka. And in fact, there's a free kick and a yellow card because Pedro Neto's holding his face, and it was Ben White with the challenge. Didn't see what happened. It was off the ball, but the referee's obviously spotted it, and he's given Ben White a yellow card. So there's a one yellow card for each team here in this first half. It's been quite a fiery encounter. Let's see what happened. Well, he put his arm out to him, didn't he? I mean, there wasn't too much in it, I suppose. But anyway. Malmo won the Swedish league. Okay, cool. Rajendra says, be foolish and break your legs in front of. Well, you have to. It's a 50-50 tackle. You can't pull out of them because you think you might break your leg. If that's how you feel, don't play football. Because, that's a risk, isn't it? Cole Palmer with that free kick from distance straight over the bar. Tried to be a bit too clever there, Cole, my friend. And it didn't work, did it? But anyway, it is still 0-0. We're coming into the last 5 minutes of the first half. But as captain of the club, you've got to lead by example, haven't you? And the example isn't to pull out of challenges because you think you might get hurt. But anyway, I think one of the reasons is because he's not trusting his fitness yet. He's not trusting his ankle that he got injured with, is he? So that's the reason. Mark C says Neto should get another booking there. Didn't get touched anywhere. Well, he did get touched near his face. He did get touched though, didn't he? I suppose. So, Chelsea won the ball back over on that far side. So I come forward. Oh, that's nice play. That's really nice play. Chelsea over on the far side. The ball comes into Cole Palmer. Oh, it's a poor touch. Luckily, he would have had, if he'd got that ball under control straight away, he would have had a great opportunity there to get a shot away. Terry says, also they carry a cross on their backs. Look carefully and you'll see a cross. Donkeys carry a cross on their back, do they? Never noticed that. I haven't really got close enough to them to know. Not since I was a kid when I used to go on donkey rides on the beach. But do they? What's the cross? What's the cross about then? Anyway, not sure. There'd be a reason, won't there? Is it because they were using the Bible or something? Because donkeys were in the Bible, weren't they? Little donkey in that. I remember the song Little Donkey. Little donkey. Anyway, Aiden says, going to look that up. Yeah, look it up, Aiden. Let us know what the cross is about. Oh, it'd be something to do with the Bible, wouldn't it? Because they were in the nativity stuff, weren't they? Like donkeys and that. So that's probably the reason. Anyway, we're into the last 4 minutes of the first half. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 0. There's been lots happening in this game, but no goals as yet. Although Arsenal did have the ball in the net, of course, with Kai Havertz. It was disallowed by VAR for offside, which looked like it probably was the right decision. Quite a tight one, but a fairly simple one for the VAR to make, because the penalty area line was the line that they'd have had to have drawn. They didn't need to draw a line because it was a line for the penalty area. And he was just offside. Anyway, that long ball forward's gone into the arms of Robert Sanchez. It was Thomas Partey with it. Greg says, because the donkey carried Jesus in it. Oh, there you go, you see. I knew it was something to do with the Bible and that. I'm not big on the Bible, so... But I just remember the donkey. He did actually. He carried a donkey on his back, like he was carried on the back of a donkey. You're right, actually, yeah. But I don't know too much more about it. Anyway, it's only a made-up story, isn't it? Like Harry Potter. Anyway, Arsenal now playing the ball around at the back, trying to come forward over on that far side now with Martinelli. A big chance, didn't need to put Arsenal in front, and that one would have counted had he stuck it away, but he didn't. Terry says it's their hair from mane to tail and across their back. Hair grows the wrong way. Oh, right. So it's not an actual, it just looks like a cross because of the way their hair grows. Oh, okay. A bit like Cucurella's hair. His hair grows all over the place, doesn't it? Anyway, so throw to Arsenal on this near side. Ben White takes it, throws it to the edge of the penalty area. Havertz touches it back, and Arsenal still in possession. Into the last couple of minutes of the first half. Martinelli, can he get across in? He can't. It's deflected behind. It's going to be a corner. In fact, it's offside. It's going to be a free kick to Chelsea. Martinelli was offside over on that far side. Let's have a look and see if he was this time. See that again, that's quite an easy decision, isn't it, for the linesman? He was offside. In fact, it wasn't the second time. It was the first time when the ball was played back in. He was all right the second time, but not the first time. And the linesman's got that right. Again. Looks as though we're going to go into half-time goalless. Unless something remarkable happens in the next couple of minutes or so. We've got next crew with us. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Ag says sold out stadium. It looks pretty sold out. Yeah, it's a big game, isn't it? Chelsea coming forward now. Oh, and that's a free kick on the edge of the box, is it? And Declan Rice is protesting his innocence there. It was Nicholas Jackson that went down. And it's going to be a free kick to Chelsea right on the edge of the box. Yeah, this could be a dangerous moment. This at the end of this first half. In fact, it looked like it was a foul first by Nicholas Jackson. And Declan Rice has come across and he did foul him. I mean, you can't do a tackle like that. He put his leg across his leg there. So he says Jackson dived. Well, I mean, it wasn't so much he dived. I mean, I thought Declan Rice put his leg across his leg. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty much how it goes. Nick says, should I sub? Of course you should sub, absolutely. Terry says, get Odegard off at half-time and get ice cream on. Well, yeah, maybe. Let's see what happens. Anyway, it is going to be a free kick to Chelsea here before half-time. Martin Odegaard's lying down behind the wall. The free kick does hit the wall. It was Cole Palmer with it. He's still got the ball on the edge of the box, closed down by lots of Arsenal players. And in the end, Arsenal scramble it away. We've hit the 45-minute mark. How long extra time are we going to have? 3 minutes. And it's a free kick to Arsenal over on the far side. is a yellow card. Not sure who the yellow card was for. Probably for Timber. Or was it for Madueke for wasting time there? Not quite sure. We got the yellow card. It was Madueke there, yes, for time wasting. Mark C says at last Madueke gets a booking for delaying the kick. He did, yeah. It's a stupid booking, that, isn't it? Nick says, I unsub. What did you unsub for? You've got to sub back again, my friend. Don't unsub. We're nearly at 3,000. We can't lose any. Anyway, Chelsea coming forward again. We're into stoppage time at the end of this first half. Nicholas Jackson got good pace. Runs into trouble and he's fouled again, is he? It's going to be another free kick to Chelsea. That was Martin Odegard that time. It's going to be another free kick to Chelsea on the edge of the box. Did well actually there, Nicholas Jackson. Showed good pace and power. And then he was just clipped there by Martin Odegard. He ran past him. Another free kick to Chelsea. Declan Rice is not very happy. His toes probably hurting. That's why he needs another injection at half time. He's getting a bit grumpy, isn't he? Anyway, this could be a dangerous moment, this. And it's going to be a free kick to Chelsea on the edge of the box. Now, the last one, Cole Palmer hit straight into the wall. So the feeling is this one might go a bit better. It's a bit further out, actually. And it's going to be Cole Palmer again. Of course, who else would it be? This is what, about 35 yards out? I mean, it'd be a hell of a strike to score from here. But Cole Palmer's got it in his locker, hasn't he? Can he do this? This will be one of the last moments of this first half. Cole Palmer does it. Again, it hits the wall. That's 2 in a row. He's fired into the wall. There you go. And now Chelsea have got the ball back in their own half. We're into the last 90 seconds of... No, actually into the last 30 seconds of stoppage time. Bukayo Saka. Can Arsenal get one more chance before half-time? We'll play back to Ben White. Now it's with William Saliba and Gabriel. And it goes all the way back to David Ray. I think Arsenal are just happy to keep the ball at the minute and see it through till half-time, which won't be bad, will it, if it's 0-0 at half-time? We'll certainly take that, wouldn't we? The way this game's gone, there's been a couple of big chances for Chelsea. Arsenal down the ball in there with Cole Palmer now. That's a nice turn. It's a good ball to Pedro Neto. Chelsea have got Nicholas Jackson inside the penalty area. Neto delays the cross, plays it instead to Cole Palmer. He can't get under control and it's rolled into the arms of David Raya. And I think it's going to be half-time. In fact, it is half-time. The whistle's gone. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 0. It's been a good game. Both teams are showing it, attacking intent. It's been a good watch. Chelsea had a couple of big chances. Cole Palmer saw an early shot pushed over the bar from David Raya. They later missed an absolute sitter when Gusto headed over from about 2 yards. Arsenal did have the ball in the net, of course, with Kai Havertz, but he was offside. Martinelli had a big chance as well before that, which brought a good save from Robert Sanchez. So, I mean, we could be sitting there talking about a 2-2 game. Instead, it's 0-0, but it's been good. And Arsenal played well. And we'll certainly take a draw, won't we? We'll certainly take a draw. And we'll do that and take that quite happily. Nick's Crew says, I'm 11 on Thursday. Oh, happy birthday for Thursday. And Russ says happy birthday as well. And says afternoon to Russ, sorry. Terry says at least Palmer has had a shot that's reached the keeper now. Well, yeah, I suppose so, yeah. Nathan says tight first half. Feel like it may be one goal in it. It always looks like the game's about to, like, one goal will just explode it and there'll be 3 or 4. That's what it kind of feels a little bit like, doesn't it? But yeah, it's been a good game, and you know, I think there could well be goals in the second half if it carries on like that. I think both managers will be reasonably pleased with how the half's gone. Arsenal looking a lot more, playing with a lot more intensity today, and Chelsea are a dangerous team, aren't they? So of course we'll take that, won't we? Magenda says not enough likes. More likes, more goals. Well, there is more likes, more goals. There's no goals at the minute, so let's get some likes up. Let's see how many likes we've got, actually, because I've not been paying attention Let's see, how many likes have we got so far on the show? Where are we? Oh, come on, it's only 14. 14's no good, is it? Come on, let's get it up to at least 25. And I wonder if it's 0-0. You want to see goals in this game? Come on, you need to get some more likes on the board. Let's get some more likes on. Also, as well, while you're at it, we do need some more subscribers as well, because we're less than 100 away from 3,000, right? And we need to get to 3,000 before Christmas, because that'll be a great Christmas present, won't it? You know, Arsenal might not be winning the league this season, but if we can get to 3,000 subscribers by Christmas, it will make up for it, won't it? And then we'll be fine about it all. So that's what we need to do. So if you haven't subscribed yet, you are new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's very, very easy. Just press the button. It doesn't cost anything. It is free. You just press a little button that says subscribe. Bang, there you go, and it's done. And if we can get well, it's less than 100 now, we'll actually get to 3,000. That'll be before Christmas, which would be great. And of course, the other thing to do is, of course, give us a like with the little thumbs up, which again is very easy to do. It doesn't cost anything, and it does really help the channel. Yeah, all those things help the channel more than you know. You know, I know some channels, they will sit here and they'll want you to give them super chats and put money into the channel, which is fine, but likes and subscriptions is what really helps as well, and that doesn't actually cost you anything. So there we go. Greg says should be you have to like before you're allowed to comment. See, I don't know if there's any way you can set that. It should be really, shouldn't it? And you should have to subscribe. I think that you can do a subscriber thing when only subscribers can comment. But then I suppose the other downside to that is people might not just won't comment, will they? I suppose. I don't know. I don't know if they would or not. Would they do that? I don't know. Actually. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's something to think about, isn't it? I mean, I want the show to be open. I want the comments to be open to everybody, because I think it adds something extra different to the show. And I like to see people's comments. And some people don't want to subscribe, do they? Because they just, you know, maybe for whatever reason. And I don't want them to feel that they can't come and watch the channel or comment on the channel. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it'd be nice if people did like before they commented, wouldn't it? And it would be nice if people subscribed before they commented as well, just out of courtesy, maybe. I wouldn't want to make it a rule or stop people from doing it, but I don't know. I'd like to see people just maybe have the courtesy to do that. Would be nice, wouldn't it? Because sometimes, as we've seen, we get a lot of comments during the show, and it'd be, you know, I don't want to stop that happening, but you know, it'd be nice if everybody did just made their own decision, like the show and subscribe as you comment, or just before you comment. Be good, wouldn't it? Alex says they're so good. This is open. Exactly. And I want to keep it like that. I don't want to block it off to people. I like the fact that anybody can come in and comment, and it's nice to interact with you all. And that's what it's about for me. But there you go. Rajendra says over and over the best commentary for football games. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad that you. I obviously appreciate all your support. I know Regendra's been a big supporter of the channel for ages. Views are sometimes, well, the views sometimes go up and down a little bit, but that's just the nature, isn't it? You know, sometimes you get games on YouTube, people can watch them on YouTube, so they're probably not going to watch the channel and stuff. So it's just the way it is, really, isn't it? But you know, it is what it is. Rajendra says all should come here for the women's games. Yeah, I mean the women's games generally have got pretty good views generally. Although again, they're on YouTube now, which isn't helping, is it? Mark C says when Rary to come on and change the game. You're joking, aren't you? Absolutely joking. He won't bring him on. Rajendra says I'm usually at the match if at the Emirates. No, you are, yeah, and for the women as well, yeah. Terry says don't consider subscribing, just subscribe if you know what's good for you. Ange is one lady you don't want to mess with. No, exactly, yeah, you don't want to go on the wrong side of Ange. And of course she'll be on Friday on our latest women's show. I'm sure she'll be here for that one. Couldn't make this week's show. We had to do it on a different night this week, you know, due to the fact that, you know, they decided to play the games on a Friday. Ridiculous. Ag says we need positive people like you. Oh, it's all about what you guys, you know, you guys in the chat, what makes these shows what they are. El Loco says this game is made for Trossard to come on and score. He thrives in tight games. Well, he seems to thrive when he comes off the bench, doesn't he? And you know, I think he started a lot of games lately, and maybe yeah, it could be a good game for him. Of course, last season he came off the bench and scored, didn't he, in this fixture? An important goal that was as well, which I think he got the equaliser, didn't he, to make it 2-2. So yes, let's get Trossard on. So there we go. And says worse than Salty. No, you can't be worse than Salty, can you? Nobody's worse than Salty, are they? Although we quite would like her to be our next manager, wouldn't we? Let's be honest, we would like that. But anyway, it's not going to happen, is it? So it is half time. It is 0-0. It's been a good game actually. Which, if you've been watching some of the Arsenal games in recent weeks, then you'll know that that's not been the case, because usually the games have been quite dull and quite boring, and we're not scoring enough goals. I know we haven't scored yet today. We've playing okay. It's a bit more exciting to watch, which is good. I mean, Havertz took his goal well there, didn't he, against his former club? But anyway, let's see what happens in the second half. I still think there'll be goals in this game. It's very open. There's been plenty of chances, hasn't there? So I'm sure there'll be goals. So let's hope that there will be. And hopefully Arsenal will get the majority of them, which would be good, wouldn't it? But let's see. Just showing a few of the chances again. Cole Palmer's early effort there was a great effort, wasn't it, actually? Didn't quite beat our goalkeeper, though. Didn't quite manage to beat our goalkeeper. Anyway, Andreas has been in London this weekend, of course, because he went to the game on Friday. Hope you watched his vlog. Some great work again from the Lord. And today he went to see London Lionesses play Birmingham in the Championship as well. So he gets about, doesn't he? He gets about. And of course, he's got himself a picture with Taya Goldie. Of course, he's on loan at London City Lionesses, which is good. So there we go. So that's all good stuff, isn't it? Anyway, the second half will be coming up for you very, very shortly. El Loco says, learnt reliably that Arteta is going to US for a big meeting with Kroenke next week. Only item on the agenda is strikers. Oh, you got me. You almost got me excited there when you said he was going to America for a big meeting with the Kroenkes. I'm thinking they're going to sack him. Oh, they're just going to give him more money to waste. Oh, brilliant. Anyway, Egg says, I think Renee is doing a great job with the ladies. She is doing a good job with the ladies, absolutely. I mean, we played really well Friday, and she's unbeaten in 4 games, which obviously is good. But I still think that we need to make a clean break from Jonas and his coaching staff, maybe, and try something different. I don't think that. See, what would have happened was, I think if Jonas had stayed, looking at the fixtures that were coming, he probably wouldn't have lost any of these games either. Okay, the Man United game was a tough game, but, he got a draw there last year. I had no reason to think he wouldn't have got at least a point there. So I think the fixtures have fell nicely for Rene. The performances are getting better, but there's nothing that make you think, would that have not have happened anyway with Jonas? We don't know. But I don't know. I think that a clean break might be better. But Rene's doing a great job. Absolutely, she's doing a great job. And the players seem to get on with her well. Mark C says Martinelli needs to hit the net. Can't remember the last time he scored. When did he last score? Martinelli. I can't remember last time he scored. I'm sure someone will remember. And says nice chilled out evening and helped with a glorious win. Well, I mean, it will be if we can get a glorious win today. And says, I'm back in Rene. No, well, that's fine. Rajendra says, Mariona missing was a big deal. Well, I mean, it wasn't a big deal in the end, was it? Because we won the game without her. It's the best we've played all season, and she wasn't in the team. So I'm not quite sure if that was just a coincidence or there's more to it than that. I don't know what was wrong with Mariona. I don't know why she wasn't in the squad. But she wasn't. And we played well without her. So there you go. And says, Isak, Isak would be fantastic. Honestly, I'd love Isak at Arsenal. I think he's a perfect striker for us. I think he's got all the attributes of the striker that we need that would fit into our team. I think he's brilliant. But anyway, I don't think we'll get him. Terry says, glad you had a good time. See, you can go out without fighting. Of course you can. Of course you can. Greg says, Renee will be all right as long as she doesn't start talking to Arteta. Well, yeah, that's true, actually. I think that was Jonas's problem, wasn't it? He got too pally with Arteta, I think, and started pinching his ideas. And that's never going to end well, is it? And of course it didn't. Anyway, there you go. Now I did a race this morning, actually. I was out this morning doing a race for Remembrance Weekend, a local 10K I did. And the good news was I actually got a PB today. I've got a 10K PB. Can you believe that? Now the video is going to be out on the other channel later on. I've finished editing it and it's going to be out later after this game. I'll put it out. So have a look at that because it was quite good. I enjoyed it. So I'm feeling quite pleased with myself today. So there you go. Oh yeah, we've had that comment. Andrew says that's what I mean. And Renee took that decision. Well, we don't know if she did take that decision. We don't know the reason why Mariona wasn't in the squad or the team. Was she injured? Was she ill? Who knows? We don't know yet, do we? I'll be interested to find out what happened with her, because if Renee decided to leave her out of the squad completely for no reason other than, other than she felt the balance. See, you'd put her on the bench, wouldn't you? You'd take her out of the starting 11, but you'd put her on the bench, surely. Even if you didn't bring her on, you'd put her on the bench. So I would be amazed if there wasn't some sort of injury or illness issue with Mariona as to why she didn't play in that game. I'd be amazed if there wasn't, but who knows? I'm sure it'll come out eventually. Ag says they're wondering here in Sweden, is Miedemar injured? Yeah, Miedemar's injured. Yeah, she's just had a knee operation. Obviously, she's not at Arsenal anymore, but she's had a knee operation. So yeah, she is injured at the moment. And says, I'll be back. Oh, where are you off to? Regina says her interviews were very good after the Man U go. No, interviews are always good. She talks a lot of sense. I like Renee, don't get me wrong. I really like her. But this is an opportunity for Arsenal as a club now to get the best manager we can possibly get to take us forward. And I think that we shouldn't waste this opportunity by getting a manager that isn't necessarily a top manager, a good manager, obviously understands the club and the players. But I don't know, I'd like to see us take this opportunity now to really go for it. But anyway, let's see. Aiden says, very well behaved. And it's a Spursy pub. Oh, good stuff. Terry says, no, we need 2 new managers, the sooner the better. Yeah, you're right, we do. We're not going to get 2, are we? We're not even going to get 1 at this rate, the way things are going. But anyway, let's see what happens in the second half. The teams are coming back out again, and it is going to be good. So the first half was pretty good, wasn't it? We enjoyed that, didn't we? Of course we did, because it was decent. So yeah, let's enjoy the second half. Greg says, could be Renee is giving players a complete rest and using the whole squad. Well, it could be, yeah. I mean, I don't know. The fact that we're at home, you can understand if it was an away game, don't take her to an away game for rest. But a home game, you might as well stick her on the bench because she's going to be with the squad anyway, probably, if she's not fit. If she's fit, I mean. So I don't know. I would like to have seen the reasons for that. I'm sure it will come out eventually as to why she was left out. But anyway, hopefully there's not any problems there, because the last thing we need is more problems behind the scenes, because we've had enough already this season, haven't we? Rajendra says she has grown to the role well, unlike her interview at the games after Jonas left. Well, I mean, I think that was all a bit of a shock, wasn't it? And she's Jonas's friend, so of course, she's not going to, she's now. It's almost like people have put the Jonas situation to one side and they're just talking to her about the role, and that's fine. I still don't think we should go with her long term, but that's just my view. There's nothing against Renee. El Loco says, Renee is not new to being in charge. She won the league in Sweden. Her stock has surely risen since she stepped in after Jonas, and she's a good communicator. No, she is. No, she's been a manager before. But what I mean is she hasn't got the experience at top leagues, has she? That's what I'm saying. Just Swedish league. I mean, Jonas came from there. He won the leagues in Sweden, and was it Norway? So I don't know. I just want to see someone with a bit more experience at the top level. Terry says, "Come on, you Gunners! Don't cock the second half up." Mark C says, "Doesn't look like any half-time changes." No, it doesn't. No changes at half-time. We are back off and underway. It was Chelsea at the kickoff. They are now attacking the goal to our right. So Arsenal are attacking the goal, which their fans are gathered in that bottom left-hand corner as we look. But it is a throw to Chelsea at the start of this second half. You do feel as though there is going to be goals in this game. You do feel that it's been very open. And there's been not massively big chances, although Chelsea had a really big one, didn't they, when Gusto headed over. Anyway, Cole Palmer drifts away from Thomas Partey over on that far side. Can he get a cross in? He does get a cross in, and David Raya spectacularly dives to the edge of his 6-yard box. That was one for the cameras, but Cole Palmer's done well again. And, you know, I don't, as I said before, I don't care if he's better than Saka or he's not better than Saka. It's irrelevant. He's a great player and he's English and he's going to be a massively big player, along with Bukayo Saka for England at the next World Cup under Tommy Tuchel. And that's what's important, isn't it? That's what all I care about. You know, same with Phil Foden at Man City. You know, he's a great player as well. You know, why do we need to compare him? Why does someone have to be better than someone else? It doesn't matter. They're different players and they're all very, very good. And we're lucky that we've got 3 great young English players all playing at the same time, coming through together. And they're different players, so they can all play together if needed, but they're different options as well. You can swap and change and you can bring different options into the team. It's great to have them, isn't it? And I'm just happy that they're all 3 of those players are English. And that's all we should care about, really. It doesn't matter who's better than him, who's better than him. It doesn't matter. Let's grow up and appreciate the fact that, you know, we've got 3 really, really good young attacking English players that are very excited to watch and can hopefully get England over the line in a tournament soon with the manager that we've got coming in. Anyway, Pedro Neto's over on that far side for Chelsea. It is Cole Palmer again in possession. Neto's gone off ahead of him, gets the ball. Pedro Neto. He's got a good goal scoring record against Arsenal, actually, Pedro Neto. Well, he did have when he played for Wolves anyway. Ball now played up this near side to Maduka. He's had a good first half, didn't he? He's going to go past Martinelli. Can he get across? And he does get across in, but David Raya's got safe hands again and comfortably plucks that ball out of the air. Chan says they are different. Why should we compare a C and AM to a Y? Exactly, yeah, they are different. And same with Foden as well. I don't understand why people need to. Doesn't matter. Doesn't, you know, if Cole Palmer gets Young Player of the Year and Saka doesn't, so what? You know, Saka's has won one already, hasn't he? And he'll win another one, I'm sure. It doesn't matter. What matters is that they're great players, and let's just appreciate them. Anyway, the ball's on this near side with Maduka. He's done well. Again, can he get across in this time? No, he plays it back instead to Fofana. And Chelsea now in possession here with Lavia. Finds Fofana again. He's twists and turns and gets the ball out to Casado, finds Maduka on this near side, cuts infield. He's done well. He's going to get a shot away, but it's gone high and wide into the... Is that the Matthew Harding stand behind that goal? Or was it Matthew Harding stand at the other one? I can't remember. Of course, the Matthew Harding, a former Chelsea owner, unfortunately died in a helicopter crash, didn't he? And they've named one of the stands after him. Of course, it was his money that helped rebuild the stadium, of course. If anyone went to Stamford Bridge in the 1970s or 1980s, wouldn't recognise it now. Remember, they used to have cars, little cars parked at the side of the pitch, didn't they? Do you remember when they had that big track round the outside? And there was like the little shed, wasn't there, behind the goal? Not the shed end, the other end. There was like a little shed bit, wasn't there? Like a little cottage as part of the terrace over in that corner. Anyway, those were the days. Anyway, Saka now has done really well. Finds Declan Rice. Gets the ball up this near side to Martinelli. Now he's going to have an attack this time. Gets a cross in. Wasn't a bad ball, actually. Whipped across. No Arsenal player was attacking it. Ben White came in too late at the far post. He's gone behind for a goal kick to Chelsea. That was a dangerous ball, actually. That's where you need your big centre forward who attacks them type of balls. And that's why having that sort of player is such an important part, because they will get you goals in games like this from opportunities like that. Anyway, Chelsea now in possession, but they've just given the ball away. William Saliba steps in, finds Duran, Timber. Now it's to Martinelli, but actually that wasn't a great ball, cut out quite easily by Gusto. And I think if he'd had like sensible haircut, he might have scored that header, actually. I'm blaming his hair for that, because he's got weird hair in like plaits. There's a name for that hairstyle, isn't there? I can't think what it is. It's not plaits really, but it's plaited, isn't it? Anyway, I think if he'd had proper hair, normal hair, he would have scored. So that's his fault. It's his barber's fault, actually. Anyway, after coming forward now, Martinelli on this near side took that ball well, cuts inside. Can he get a shot away? Goes across the penalty, tries to thread it through. That was good defending, actually. And now Chelsea can come forward on the counter-attack. This is where they're dangerous. It's Maduka there. He's got Nicholas Jackson to this near side. He's found Jackson here on the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. The momentum's maybe come out of that Chelsea attack a little bit, though. but they do manage to keep possession with gusto. Terry says rats next. Egg says normal hair. Well, you know, like just the normal hair, just normal hair. Do you know what I mean? You don't see much normal hair anymore, though, do you? Well, most of the Arsenal players, to be fair, have got normal hair, haven't they? You know, you look at Martinelli's got kind of this nice tidy hair, and he, you know, all the Arsenal players. Declan Rice has got tidy hair. William Saliba there, look, he's got nice tidy hair, and he, you know, that's what you need, don't you? Nice, neat, tidy hair. Martin Odegard and that, you know. We don't have any freaky haircuts, do we? Not in our team. No, I don't think they allow. I don't think Mikel Arteta allows like, you know, them sort of mad haircuts, does he? I mean, Raheem Sterling has one. That's why he's not playing much. Gabriel Jesus is on the bench because he had stupid hair, didn't he? Chelsea have got loads of them with stupid hair. They'd never get in Arteta's team, would they? That's a poor corner from Chelsea, actually. And in the end, the ball goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez, inside the centre circle. But Chelsea's still coming forward. It's with Wesley Fofana. And this is Maduka again on this near side. He's going to put another cross in towards the far post. It's a good ball. Oh, and it's just put onto the roof of the net at the far post. Another big chance for Chelsea. And again, they maybe should be in front. Was that Fofana coming out of the far post? He's just got there ahead of William Saliba. Not great defending there, actually, by William Saliba. It was a good flick, actually. And it maybe should have been a goal. He did well, actually, though, to get anything on that, to be fair. It's not a miss. It's a good effort from Wesley Fofana, from Maduka's cross. And says Jamaican Rasta. Yeah, I think so, yeah. Ange B says Big Gabby had a hair transplant. He did, actually. He did have a hair transplant, yeah. I don't think he's the only one, that's had a hair transplant. Rob Holding, he's the other one, wasn't he? Egg says Trump hairstyle. I don't know about that. Martin Odegaard's got a similar hairstyle to Trump, hasn't he? Terry says Odegaard has gone for the princess dye look. Well, he has a bit, yeah. He does look like that character out of Shrek, doesn't he? The Prince Charming. Anyway, Arsenal trying to come forward, but that ball's easily headed out. Chelsea having a good spell here, though. They're looking much more a threat at the moment than Arsenal are at the start of this second half. We've played 8 minutes since the break. And Pedro Neto's coming forward again over on that far side, does well. Again, he goes to cross and then stops. He does that a lot, doesn't he? It's his trademark, isn't it? He'll run down the wing, goes across the ball, stops and cuts back. And it kind of cuts everybody out. Anyway, that's something that he does quite a lot. Anyway, he's got the ball again over on that far side. And this time he's gone racing past Ben White. It's a good crossover. It's too far to the far post. Although Chelsea have kept it in. And they're playing well here at the minute, Chelsea. They're definitely looking much more likely to score. Arsenal just holding them at bay for the time being. They haven't really had a clear opportunity in the second half. The nearest was that one from Fofana just a moment ago. Again, Pedro Neto's got the ball over on that far side, trying to tease Ben White. Chelsea still keep possession. This is nice. Cole Palmer is in a box. A shot's deflected. Going to come up this near side. This is good play again from Maduka, who's been probably the best player on the pitch for Chelsea. Puts it across to the far post. Pedro Neto drills it back in. Cleared away at the near post. Cole Palmer now. Can he get across it? He does, but David Raya's there. And another another Chelsea attack comes to nothing. But they were playing some good football there, Chelsea. Almost got a big opportunity there, but Arsenal defended it well in the end. And now it's Arsenal's turn to come forward. Declan Rice finds Gabriel Martinelli. And he's done well, Martinelli, on this near side. What's the cross like? It's not bad, but there's no Arsenal player attacking it. And Cucurella comes across, and that's a strange clearance, actually. And it's gone behind for a throw to Arsenal. And Cucurella is screaming at the referee for something. Not sure what's happened here. Is it a head injury that Cucurella has pointed out someone's got? Looks like, is it a cut that the referee's saying there? Is it Kai Havertz? Is it his head again from the other night? He has got blood streaming down his face, Kai Havertz. Really, he can't stay on with a pitch like that, can he? He's got to go off and get that sorted out, hasn't he? You don't need to go down. Just go off the pitch. And the referee's telling him that. He doesn't need to go down. Just get off the pitch. Get it sorted out, mate. Stop wasting time. Come on. You know you can't play on a pitch when you got. I think it's a different cut actually. He obviously got a cut head the other night, didn't he? And he just got himself a yellow card for that nonsense as well, which kind of serves him right. Really, that's ridiculous. You don't need to go down and get treatment on the pitch. Come off the pitch, get it sorted out. That's what you've got to do. Actually, his cut from the other night, it does seem to be on top of his head. So maybe that's, should he really have played? Anyway, Nathan says, such an unnecessary yellow card. Well, it was, yeah. I mean, ridiculous. You don't need to go down and get treatment on the pitch there. That was never going to be allowed to happen. Timber just going to throw the ball and just dropped it behind his head. He's going to be allowed to take it again. Mark C says, our crossing is hopeless. We never have a man on the end of it. Well, no, it's not that crossing is hopeless. The reason that was weird that the ball just slips out of his hand. Oh, he's going to take it again now during Timber. I'm sure this one won't slip out of his hand. It doesn't. And Arsenal do get possession in that bottom corner with Martin Odegard. Loses out though. Chelsea clear the ball away. That was good play from William Saliba. Now Gabriel. Thomas Partey finds Martinelli. Havertz is still off the pitch. Arsenal currently playing with 10. Can Martinelli get across in? We don't have a centre forward on the pitch. We don't have a centre forward anyway, but the centre forward we do have is off the pitch at the moment. Anyway, Timber on this near side. And I think Arsenal are just going to try and keep possession while Kai Havertz is off the pitch. Greg says Humpty Dumpty head. It seems to be at the moment, doesn't it? So it looks like it's the cut from the other night that's probably reopened, which makes you wonder whether he should have really been playing in this game. Anyway, we played 57 minutes. That cross comes in from Martinelli, easily headed away by Colwill, and now Gabriel picks it up on this near side, and then he's lost out there as he to Nicholas Jackson. But it's going to be a foul to Arsenal, free kick to Arsenal. Mark C says he'll score again. Anyway, he's just had his head bandaged up again. He's now wearing a headband, John McEnroe style, Terry Butcher style bandage around his head. And he's got some stuff there Vaseline to stop the blood. Chan says Rice cross ball is not good so far. It's not, no. Rajendra says the other teams who have an injury roll back are on just to keep. Well, no, I mean the circumstance. I mean that one there, because it's a head injury like that. He wasn't down. You don't go down, do you? Oh dear, that cross from Declan Rice was terrible, straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. You know, what you have to do is when you've got blood coming out of an injury like that, you have to go off the pitch. It's the rules. Unless you're unable to go off the pitch because you're knocked out or whatever it is. You know, you have to go off the pitch and get that sorted. So he's got a booking for that because it was just a ridiculous thing for him to do. He deserved the booking for that. You can't be doing stuff like that. Anyway, Chelsea coming forward now with Cole Palmer over on that far side. And all Arsenal won it back. They'll high up the pitch. Now we can come forward. It is with Kai Havertz over on that far side. Maybe you might start playing a bit better now. He's got his headband on. Anyway, Thomas Partey gets it back to Martin Odegard. Chips across. He's going to come to Martinelli on this near side. He's got across and he scored. Martinelli has scored, but is he offside? No, I think this one is going to count. He looks as though he may have been offside. I don't think he is. I think this goal is going to count. So let's get it up and get it ready. And before they disallow it, we need to hear a bit of this. And this one is going to count. It is Martinelli. The cross there, when there was two Arsenal players completely unmarked at the far post, and it came to Martinelli and he managed to fire it in, and Arsenal do lead 1-0. I don't know what the Chelsea defence was doing there. Arsenal had two players over. I mean, he's definitely not offside. Definitely not offside. It was Martin Odegaard's cross, and it was Saka and Martinelli. And Martinelli squeezed it in at the near post. A strange goal, actually, in many ways. Russ says, about time Martinelli did something. Well, it is, yeah. It was quite a good goal, actually, as well, wasn't it? Just fired in at the near post. The goalie will be disappointed with that. El Loco says, beautiful goal, Martinelli. Indeed, it was. Mark C says, yes, at last. Asby says, Nelly. There you go. Rajendra says, but the player was off and they rolled back on. Oh, that was referring to the earlier thing, wasn't it? Nathan says Colwill played him onside. He was, yeah. Chan says my boy only scoring big games. Well, we've had a lot of big games he hasn't scored in as well recently. And says hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. Mark C says, yep, Colwill playing him on. Indeed. Emmanuel says KK with some smiley faces. That's what we want to see. And Arsenal do lead 1-0 in this big game. That quite honestly, we had to win. We have to win. We've still got half an hour to play yet. Let's not get too excited. But we're leading 1-0. And maybe slightly against the run of play at that particular time, because Chelsea had been the dominant team in this second half until that moment, actually. So a rare attack for Arsenal, but we've made it count. Not been scoring too many goals lately, have we? But we certainly managed to score that one. In fact, we hadn't scored in our previous 2 away games at Bournemouth and, of course, Newcastle last week. But we lead in this one. Let's see if we can finish the job off. Pedro Neto has just committed a foul there on Ben White. I don't know what you're complaining about, mate. It was obviously a little foul. Anyway, Gabriel Martinelli says, hey, how you doing? We're all doing well, my friend. Hope you're well. Good to see you with us. And a good time for you to come as well, isn't it? Just as we've scored. Gabriel says, crucial goal from Martinelli. It is a crucial goal from Martinelli. And let's hope it is the start of a good run for him, because I say he hasn't been playing too well this season, has he? Anyway, Saka's now trying to get clear down that far side. Him and Mark Cucurella having a good battle, as they usually do. Saka's done well. And it's a corner to Arsenal. And since the goal, Arsenal looking the dominant side now. Martinelli's got a couple of goals here at Stamford Bridge, hasn't he? It must be a ground he just likes playing at. He's got in that 2-2 draw, didn't he? Going back, well, that must be, 3-4 years ago now. And he's got a crucial goal here today. It's the breakthrough in this big London derby. Chelsea, of course, remember, did start the day ahead of us in the table on goal difference. Greg says, now's the time to bring on defensive players as usual. Well, it will be, yeah, absolutely. Not quite yet. I reckon 70 minutes or so, if it's still 1-0, he'll bring on Jorginho, he'll bring on Kirill, probably bring on Zinchenko as well. Anyway, Arsenal with another corner here, chance to get a second goal, which would certainly settle things down. Corner comes in and Sanchez at full stretch. Comes to Gabriel at the far post, and Chelsea couldn't get it in, but now they've got a counter-attacking opportunity here with Neto on this near side. Plays the ball back though. Emmanuel says, we can't be sure Arsenal will win. Well, no, we can't be sure they'll win. No. DMD is here giving a thumbs up. Good stuff. Chan says 25 minutes left. We need to focus. We do need to focus, absolutely. Ag says they keep going forward. I don't know if we keep going forward. Let's just make sure that we don't concede a goal. However, whatever we have to do for that to happen. Anyway, Chelsea are coming forward now, and they're going to win a free kick. Thomas Partey's got a little bit too close there to Gusto, and his first half miss now is looking even more crucial for Chelsea, isn't it? Because he definitely should have scored in that first half. Cole Palmer's ball. Oh, what a great ball it was to this near side. Madueke again in possession. Can he get the cross in? He does get the cross in, chipped up towards the edge of the 6-yard box, and Arsenal clear it away. I think it was Thomas Partey, but Chelsea win the second ball. And it's going back to the early part of this second half when Chelsea are pushing forward. Emmanuel says, okay, it's all ready known anyway. Also coming forward again over on that far side, and Martin Odegard's shot was blocked by Colwill, who's going to complete the clearance now up that far side. Arsenal now in possession, and if we get a second goal, you do feel as though that'll be that. Timber now. Oh, this is a great run from Duran Timber. He's going to go all the way, is he? Tries a shot from the end of the box. Oh, it's just wide. What a run that was there from the Arsenal left back. He could have maybe played it out to that far side, but he went on a run himself. Really good run it was. Cutting field, and then he tried the shot, and it just curled away from that far post. Robert Sanchez was at full stretch. Now Chelsea have got an injury. Mark C says, would like to see more of that when our defenders push up field. Exactly, yeah. Chad says, who is ice cream? Who is ice? It's a good question, actually. Ag says, who is ice cream as well? I'm guessing it might be Jorginho. I don't know. Is he the ice cream? I suppose he must be, really, mustn't he? Anyway. They're just showing a goal again from Martinelli. Goalkeeper will be really disappointed, won't he, to be beaten at the near post like that. Good finish, though, wasn't it? A really good finish from Gabriel Martinelli. And what an important goal that might well prove to be. Anyway, there's an injury now to a Chelsea player. And there's a break in play. There's been no substitutions yet, actually. We've played 66 minutes and there's been no substitutions, which is quite unusual, isn't it? There's going to be one now, though, and it is going to be Chelsea to make it, and it is going to be Enzo Fernandez who is coming on, and he'll be placing Romeo Lavia. Slightly more attacking player, isn't he? In fact, I think they're making another sub as well. I think Mudrish is coming on as well. And it is Maduki's going off. Had a good game, didn't he? Doesn't look very happy to have gone off. I thought he played well. And now it is Mikhailo Mudryk, of course, a player that we were supposed to be interested in buying, wasn't we? Rajendra says Martinelli found the goalie's wrong side. He did, yeah. Anyway, there we go. Here Chelsea take that goal kick, and they're trying to bring the ball forward now. So let's see what those two Chelsea substitutes make, what difference they make to this game. They're still very much in this, of course they are. They've played quite well in the second half, Chelsea. But we've got a great record on this stadium. We haven't lost on our last 5 visits and 2 draws. Is this going to be a 4th win here for Mikel Arteta? Chelsea coming forward now. Great run from defence. And then there's a free kick. It's Kai Havertz with his headband on, fouling Fofana. He likes to bring the ball out of defence, doesn't he, Fofana? He's had a couple of good runs there, hasn't he? The 2 number 29s. And he nearly scored, of course, a bit earlier, didn't he? It is a free kick to Chelsea, midway inside the Arsenal half, quite central. Looks too far out for a shot. Enzo Fernandez might fancy this. He dinks it in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's an Arsenal head that gets there, comes all the way to the far post, put back in. Cole Palmer's got the ball again just inside the penalty area, chips it again towards the edge of the 6-yard box, comes right across. The ball comes out, and it's going to be Pedro Neto with a shot. It's deflected behind. It's going to be a corner to Chelsea. They are pressing here for the equaliser. Gabriel says, crazy how once Odegard comes back, he gets an assist. Well, he did, yeah, when the corner comes in, and it's gone clear of everybody, but Chelsea do pick the ball up again on this near side with gusto. They've got a lot of pace, Chelsea, haven't they? And they do move the ball quickly. They are a decent side. And they're going to be a threat for the top 4 this season, I think, Chelsea. And maybe going forward, they could, threat for the top. No, Pedro Neto. Oh, he scored. Wow. A bolt from the blue there. Pedro Neto again, scoring against Arsenal. He's done it several times before when he played for Wolves, and he's done it again. And that's a great strike, actually. I'm not quite sure what the Arsenal defence were doing, allowing him that much space on the edge of the box. And he's finished that really well, actually. That is a good finish from Pedro Neto. With 20 minutes to play, it's 1-1. Mark C says, where was the closing down? Rice and Partey supposed to be in there. Nathan says, too much time and space. Indeed, too much time and space. And you give a player that quality, that much time and space, and he's going to punish her. And we've been saying all night how much Pedro Neto is a dangerous player against us. Everyone just stood there. To be fair, he's hit that really well. I'm not really sure there was much anyone could do about that. Timber came out to him, but he's hit that really well, hasn't he? And, when you hit a strike like that, cutting away from the keeper, he's got no chance at all. Sometimes you just have to hold your hands up and say, you know what, that's a good goal. I don't think there's a lot. Yes, I mean, you want to overanalyze it defensively. We could have maybe stopped the pass to him, but Timber, once he got the ball, Timber went to close him down, but he got the shot away and got it. It's a good effort. Wilhelm Sports says there, we need to win this to get third in the league. Yeah, I know. We just need to win it anyway. It's more about the points on the board, isn't it, rather than the league position at this point. Pedro Neto, good player, nice goal. I hope we can get a goal. 20 minutes left. Yeah, well, there's still 20 minutes to play. Indeed, there is. We did say there'd be some goals in the second half, and there has been 2 very good goals, 2 very different goals, but 2 goals nonetheless. Mark C says Marino and Trosson. All right. Oh, they are as well. Oh, my days. So we've just gone back to 1-1. He brings on Mikel Merino. Is he mental? Anyway, Rice and Martinelli off. Well, we knew Rice probably wasn't going to be fit with his broken toe. And Martinelli actually was playing quite well. Got his goal. Anyway, Trossard has come on to play on this left-hand side. Whips across into the box, headed out by Chelsea. And Martin Odegaard's going to play the full game, isn't he? Quite obviously, even though he's nowhere near fit. And Martin Odegaard again over on that far side. Chelsea 1, Arsenal 1. It's big London derby. You probably feel that overall a draw is probably the right result. Oh, it's a big chance. Mikel Merino's just come on. All he had to do was stick his leg out. And he didn't get any touch on it at all. And Saka's ball into the box there was a perfect ball. And Merino couldn't quite get anything on it there. Would have been a goal had he touched it. Just bounced away from him. I mean, he put his leg out after it had already gone past him. Christ. Anyway, it is 1-1. 72.5 minutes played here at Stamford Bridge. And it is... This game could go either way, you feel now. It's been a bit like that all night, hasn't it? Neither team has really managed to be the dominant team. I think a draw, as things stand, would probably be a fair result. And I don't think a draw would be a bad result for either team. It would keep Chelsea just above us in the league, of course. But at least they're not gaining any ground on us, which is important. But draws always feel slightly more disappointing when you scored first, I suppose. But anyway, I don't think a draw in this game would actually be a bad result. Anyway, Arsenal now trying to bring the ball forward. Thomas Partey now it's with Saka over on that far side. Can he get the crossing? Cucurella's across quickly to close him down. Plays it back to Martin Odegaard. Whips across in towards the far post. Header comes in. Oh, and it looked like it was going to be a touch there from Kai Havertz. And in the end, Robert Sanchez got there. And that was a good cross again from Martin Odegaard. It was Mikel Merino's little flick. And Kai Havertz couldn't quite get on the end of it. It remains 1-1. Chelsea now coming forward. Cole Palmer turns away, but it's a throw to Arsenal. In fact, we've taken it already. Ben White was waiting to take it, and it already got taken by Saka with one of the extra balls on the side. That was quite a funny moment, wasn't it? Anyway, Arsenal are in possession. A ball chipped forward, looking for Kai Havertz over on that far side, but he can't keep the ball in. And it's gone behind for a goal kick to Chelsea. Into the last 15 minutes coming up for. Still, it is 1-1. Pedro Neto now on this near side. Well, that's a long ball forward. And Nicholas Jackson's in. He looks offside. He's going to slot it in. He has slotted it in. The flag's up. It is offside. And both teams have had a goal disallowed in this game. That was Nicholas Jackson. It's not a neat finish, actually, but he is offside. The ball needed to come through just a little bit quicker there. Good defending from Arsenal. Good line. He was offside. There was no doubt. And it was a decent finish, but it was never, ever going to count, was it? And as Gabriel says there, offside. Indeed, he was quite clearly a good 2 or 3 yards off as well. Good defensive line from Arsenal. And that ball maybe needed to come in a little bit quicker to Nicholas Jackson, didn't it? It was a good little swivel away, but he went too early. The Arsenal defence stepped up. I think it was Gabriel, and it left him quite clearly offside. Didn't need VAR to intervene for that one, did we? Absolutely not. It was as clear an offside as you are going to see. Anyway, Arsenal now looking to come forward. Thomas Partey plays it back to William Saliba. Now Ben White over on that, Martin Odegard, over on that far side, brings the ball forward. Mikel Merino touches it off and it goes out for a throw to Chelsea. Into the last 14 minutes. It is 1-1 here. Big game this for both of these clubs. And you do feel as though if anybody loses, whichever team loses this game, if there is a winner, is going to have a lot of work to do, aren't they, in the remainder of the season? Anyway, Pedro Neto, the goal scorer for Chelsea, comes forward. He's going to try another shot. Is he from distance? This one's blocked. And now Arsenal can look to launch a counter-attack with Kai Havertz. Thought he was fouled. In fact, he was fouled. It's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Roland says, based on this performance, which Pep protege would have the higher ceiling? Chelsea was always going to be a dangerous opponent. They play with house money. They have nothing to lose. Well, no, to be honest with you, Chelsea look a good side. Considering this man's only just come in, he's got on playing some nice football. It'd be interesting to see how they develop, actually, over the next couple of years, because they could be looking a real threat for league titles and big trophies with the players they've got and the way they're playing. Mark C says, another foul by Colwill. How many more can he get away with before seeing red? Well, he won't see red, will he, quite honestly? We know that. Anyway, Arsenal picks up the ball again with Mikel Merino, pops it off to Thomas Partey inside the centre circle, plays it forward. Oh, it's a poor ball. It's cut out, and now Chelsea coming forward with gusto. That's a good ball into Nicholas Jackson on his near side. Plays it across the 6-yard box. No Chelsea player in there. And if you put that ball in there, you would want someone to be in there for you, wouldn't you? You would expect someone to be in there for you. And there wasn't. Nathan said, just look at their bench. Speaks volumes. Indeed, it does. Indeed, it does. David Raya for Arsenal into the last 12 minutes here at Stamford Bridge. It's a very tight game, not much to choose, well, nothing to choose between the sides. There hasn't really been all game, and I do feel a draw is probably a fair result, but sometimes fair results aren't what you get anywhere. Arsenal coming forward now. Martin Odegard plays the ball up his near side to Leandro Trossard, gets a shot away, but it's blocked. And the substitute there, Leandro Trossard, looking to have an impact from the bench again, as he's done so many times. He hasn't scored a goal for quite some time. I think September was his last goal, wasn't it? Saka now over on that far side. We have another run at Mark Cucurella. Those two have had a battle again. Saka gets a cross in, but the goalkeeper's done well. Robert Sanchez this time wasn't going to be beaten on his near post again. And Saka got the better of Cucurella there. And now Saka's gone down injured. And Chelsea are playing on, but the referee won't allow him to. And Saka there's a yellow card in the referee's hand. Not sure who's getting the yellow card. I think it's Cucurella, actually. And now he's complaining to the linesman over on that far side. Not quite sure what Cucurella got booked for, actually. Is it for the foul? Because he hasn't given a foul. He gave a goal kick. So I'm not really sure what he's got booked for there. Anyway, let's have a look and see. Oh, it was the one just before. Oh, I see. It was a foul earlier on. Okay, that's fair enough then. That's good. Sensible refereeing, actually, isn't it? Fair play. But Mark Cucurella's got his 6 yellow card. Does that mean he's got a ban? Or has he had his ban already for 5? I don't know anyway. Mark C says, Saka coming off. He's coming off, yeah. He's not fit anymore. And Gabriel Jesus is coming on. Hasn't scored in the Premier League for quite some time, has he? He did get a goal, of course, against Preston recently. And Saka limping away is never a good sight, is it? Let's hope it's nothing serious. Obviously, it was a result of that tackle on him by Cucurella. Mark C says, headless chicken on indeed. Jesus is a bit of a headless chicken. Or is he a headless donkey? Because the donkey carried Jesus, didn't he, to Jerusalem, as we already discovered today. So maybe that might be why. Anyway, Greg says, this is getting too exciting. Got to have a cheese and cucumber sandwich. Indeed, that's what I think we all need. We all need a cheese and cucumber sandwich on a Sunday evening, don't we? That's a good idea. So that's what Greg is going to be doing now, which is good. Nathan says, if Jesus actually decided to spend a bit more time in the box and on his feet, I think both of those two things would actually might help him score more goals. Nathan says he might actually bag a few indeed. There's going to be another substitution here Chelsea are making. Is it Reece James coming on? He's another player that's had some injury issues, isn't he? The actual Chelsea club captain. He's had his injury problems, but he is now coming back. And it's going to be Gusto to go off for Chelsea. He had that big chance, didn't he, in the first half? He's a good player, actually, Gusto, to be fair. But anyway, Reece James is coming on. And Malo Gusto's gone off. And Reece James, of course, is the captain. He gets the armband off Casado, who started the game, of course, as captain. Ag says there's sandwich, yes, please. Yeah, I think you should share them out, Greg. Actually, I think you should share them out. You know, it's that sort of time, and it's coming up towards tea time on a Sunday. I think we all need the sandwiches, so don't be shy with them. Get the sandwiches out. That would be nice. Anyway, Chelsea coming forward again over on that far side. Goalkeeper's come out of his box. Is he going to get there, David Raya? He does well, actually. Because if you get that wrong, you're going to be sent off, aren't you, quite honestly? So he needed to get that right there, David Raya, and he did. Anyway, Chelsea have won the ball back again. Enzo Fernandez made a difference since he came on for Chelsea. This ball played up this near side, so Pedro Neto does well, actually. Pedro Neto, again, the Chelsea goal scorer. Can he get the cross in? Again, he goes to cross and comes back. You know what he's going to do? Actually, that was a decent ball from Reece James. Cleared away, though, by the Arsenal defence. And Chelsea still in possession. And that ball's going to come through. Is it going to come through to Reece James? It's not. Or it still might do. It's up in the air. Header comes in from Nicholas Jackson, but it's straight at the goalkeeper, David Raya. And Chelsea maybe didn't make the most of that. We're into the last 7 minutes of normal time. Terry said, just had cheese and onion sandwich, funnily enough. I did. Where did you go? The cheese is coming out. It's a Sunday evening, isn't it? You know, it's definitely time for cheese on a Sunday evening, isn't it? I don't think you can't go wrong. Anyway, Gabriel Jesus plays the ball back to Ben White and Thomas Partey. Are we going to see a late winner here at Stamford Bridge? We are deep into the last 10 minutes. Chelsea 1, Arsenal 1. It's been a good game. It's been a fairly even game. There's been chances at both ends. But it looks as though, as things stand, the points will be shared. Aggie says, Jesus, he has to be good. Well, I mean, you'd imagine he's got divine intervention. Anyway, it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Mikel Merino's just been fouled. Nathan says, I love Red Leicester. Or Red Arsenal, maybe. It should be called Red Arsenal, actually, shouldn't it? Because Leicester play in blue anyway. I don't think blue cheese is very good, though, is it? I think you should avoid the blue cheese. It's probably not going to be good for you. And we've also got a free kick on this near side. Martin Odegard and Trossard are over it. Of course, Martin Odegaard's going to probably take it. And he's actually played 84 minutes. So there you go. A bit of a shock, that, really. I wasn't expecting him to last that long. He's sort of grown into the game, actually, a bit more as it's gone on. Anyway, Martin Odegaard is going to take this free kick. He's whipped in towards the penalty spot. Chelsea just about deal with it. But they've managed to get it away completely yet. And now they've got a free kick on the edge of their own penalty area. Mark C says, how many more times are we going to get caught offside? Probably a few, I would say. Terry says, good tackle on ice cream. Anyway, it's a free kick on the edge of the Chelsea penalty. Goalkeeper Robert Sanchez is going to take. Greg says, now Jesus is on. It limits their chances of scoring. Well, obviously it does. Yeah, absolutely it does. But that's what it was brought on for. Because we've scored one goal. That's probably enough, isn't it? Ag says, sandwich for me when the match has ended. Yes, it will be time for some food after the match has ended, absolutely. It'll be dinner time for me, actually, because we had a strange day. They've been out running this morning in a race and didn't get back till late. And then I've been editing my video and stuff. I haven't had a chance to do much really. Anyway, Chelsea coming forward now, but that's a poor ball. It's going to go all the way through to David Raya. We're into the last 4.5 minutes of normal time it looks as though the points are going to be shared. It's not been a bad performance from Arsenal, actually. In fact, it's been a good performance from Arsenal. And it's been a good performance from Chelsea as well. It's been a good game. And the Premier League has you know, I haven't seen too many great games recently, not involving Arsenal anyway, but this has certainly been a good game. And Pedro Neto was doing some defensive work there on Leandro Trossard. That's a poor ball from Mikel Merino, and now Chelsea with a counter-attacking opportunity. David Raya's out of his goal, though, heads that. He had to get that right as well, because if it bounced over his head, Nicholas Jackson would have been in on goal for a simple tap. And anyway, Leandro Trossard now coming forward up this near side. Can Arsenal grab the late goal? Trossard did score here last season, of course, at this very end. Arsenal attacking right now. The shot comes in from Martin Odegard. Didn't really get hold of it, though. And Arsenal now looking to try and come forward again. But Chelsea can clear the ball away, but not for very long. Arsenal building up a bit of momentum now. Gabriel Jesus finds Thomas Partey. Plays it out to that far side. Martin Odegard. Kai Havertz plays in Gabriel Jesus. What's the cross like? Oh, it's a good cross. Oh, it's a great save. Oh, and it's fired over. Was that Trossard? And that miss is as bad a miss as Gusto's in the first half for Chelsea. It's a good save initially from Robert Sanchez from Kai Havertz, I think it was. It was good play, actually. Gabriel Jesus on the overlap. He may have been offside, actually. But anyway, the ball was pulled back. In fact, it would have been an own goal. And then Trossard has to score that. Has to score that. I don't think they're going to do too much about the save, actually. And then Trossard has fired over with the goal gaping. Wow. Mark C says, bloody offside again. Yeah, he did look offside, didn't he? He wouldn't have counted anyway. Anyway, Chelsea made another sub, but Nicholas Jackson's got off and Christopher Nkunku's come on. Another player with some rather strange hair. The Chelsea barber must have had a busy week. Yeah, I do think he seems to have been at all their hair this week, doesn't he? He must be the busiest man on that in that training ground, the Chelsea barber. Anyway, it is 1-1, and Arsenal maybe, well, actually wouldn't have been in front because it would have got disallowed for offside anyway, wouldn't it? As we saw in the replay. Anyway, Arsenal are pressing for the winning goal here into the last 90 seconds of normal time. There'll be a bit of a fair chunk of stoppage time in the second half, 5 or 6 minutes. You do feel that there will be. So there's still time for Arsenal to get what would almost certainly prove to be the winning goal now, wouldn't it? Whoever gets the goal now, it'll be a winning goal. Arsenal looking to avoid a third straight away defeat in the Premier League. In fact, it'll be a fourth straight away defeat if you count the Inter Milan game as well. You know, Marino's fouled, finds that Thomas Partey with a free kick. And then Martin Odegard gets the ball out to that far side, gets it back again, Martin Odegard, but he has the ball taken off him by Mudryk. And now Cucurella can bring it forward. That's a loose touch from him. William Saliba steps in, and it's going to be a throw to Arsenal over on that far side, which Ben White is going to take into the last minute of the 90. Both teams now will be conscious of making a mistake that might cost them a point. Arsenal look as more likely to win at this stage. We are taking the game to Chelsea, but we know how dangerous Chelsea are on the counter-attack. William Saliba now plays out that far side. It's into Gabriel Jesus. He's lost the ball, and now Chelsea can counter-attack. This is where they're dangerous. Enzo Fernandez plays it back to Mudryk again. Plays it square, and Chelsea now might have an opportunity as we move into stoppage. We're moving to the very last minute. Sorry, no, we're moving to stoppage time now, aren't we? At the end of this game, let's see how much stoppage time there's going to be. I reckon it's 5 minutes. I said 5 or 6, didn't I? It's 5 minutes of stoppage time to play. It is still 1-1, and now it's Chelsea's turn to have some possession. Ed says time. Yeah, the time it's stoppage time. It's just started. 5 minutes. That's all we've got left. Mark C says Jesus doesn't have a footballing brain. He doesn't have a footballing brain at all. He just runs around like a headless chicken, as I said before. And his feet seem to move quicker than his brain. And he can't seem to do what he wants to do. Anyway, that's a long ball played forward. And that's a foul by William Saliba. And it's going to be by Gabriel, And it's going to be a free kick to Chelsea, which they've taken quickly. We've played nearly a minute of stoppage time. Ball's played up this near side to Pedro Neto, the goal scorer. Can he get across? He does get across. It's a dangerous ball. And David Raya had to grab that one there. Any touch there by a Chelsea player may well have brought the winning goal. Really good cross it was. And Cole Palmer couldn't quite get a touch on that. Had he done so, he probably would have scored. Gabriel says, Jesus would dribble past 3 defenders, but then pass it back on misses shot. Absolutely, yeah, that's or fall over. Would probably be more likely what he would do. Anyway, Trossard's done well, spun away from a couple of challenges, gone on a run, gets the ball in field, but it wasn't a great ball. But he's going to go behind for a corner to Arsenal in stoppage time. Are we going to find a goal here? I'm surprised Martin Odegard managed to last this whole game, actually. Says he hasn't played for months. But anyway, he's got an assist and he's done well. Aggie says there, the barber in Seville, the barber in Chelsea, the barber in... What's Chelsea's training ground called again? I can't remember now. Anyway, the barber there. The demon barber. Anyway, it's a corner to Arsenal in stoppage time over on that far side. Martin Odegard with it. Plays it short to Ben White. He's got quite a lot of space, actually. Whips across in, but it's well defended by Chelsea. But Arsenal keep the ball alive. In fact, it's another offside. Another offside, Mark says there. What is wrong with our players? Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe give Chelsea's defence a bit of credit for keeping their line and stuff like that. Anyway, Chelsea coming forward now. We've played half of the 5 minutes of stoppage time. Is it going to be... Are we going to get a winning goal? Both teams have kind of threatened one. Doesn't quite happen, has it? And Roland says, in the words of Arsene Wenger, we played the entire game with the handbrake on. This is arguably our best 11 that started the game, and we've never dominated. Well, I don't know if we've never dominated. I actually don't think we've played badly. We haven't dominated the game. No, absolutely not. We've played okay, though. We have played okay. But in these circumstances, okay is not enough, is it? When you need to win. And we're going to be dropping more points. And my stream's just decided to have a mad moment. Anyway, we're into the last few moments here of stoppage time. It is 1-1. Are Chelsea going to get one more chance here? No, they're not, because it's going to be a goal kick to Arsenal with 30 seconds of stoppage time left. And Arsenal going to drop more points. 1 point from the last 3 away games. Well, Arsenal, they get themselves in trouble trying to play it out from the back. And Arsenal, they're quite happy, you feel, just to hang on for the point here. Trying to keep possession right now. We've got an opportunity to maybe get the ball forward. Are we going to get one more chance to try and win it? Mikel Merino can't get the ball forward. He does now. Was that an offside again? Not sure if it was. Anyway, Arsenal are trying to come forward. This will be the last chance of the game. Probably Martin Odegard on the edge of the box. Finds cross. It comes across all the way across the box. No one could get a touch on it. Kai Havertz couldn't get a touch on it. And in the end, the full-time whistle has gone. And Arsenal almost won it at the death. It would have been given as offside anyway. And the little touch at the near post by Trossard in the end took the ball away from Kai Havertz, who would have probably scored. It wouldn't have counted anyway. It would have been offside. It has finished 1-1. And I think over the 90 minutes, that's probably a fair result, you have to say. Mikel Arteta looks frustrated. It would have been disallowed. Mark C says, Odegard showed up today, our best midfielder, puts in a shift. No, he did put in a shift today. Considering it's his first game for ages. He grew into the game, didn't he, in the end? But Arsenal have dropped more points. We are 9 points behind Liverpool going into the international break. It's a lot to make up when they don't look like dropping too many, do they? Greg says, oh, well, at least a draw is an improvement. Yeah, I mean, a draw was all right. A draw was all right. But again, it's more drop points, isn't it? You know, we're just not winning games. And that's not enough, is it? And it's not enough. Ange B says, oh, well, a point. Yeah, it's a point. We'll take a point. I think before the game, we would have been happy with a point. I think we would have took a draw beforehand. So it's not the end of the world. But yes, 3 points would have been so important. Chelsea remain above us in the league. they'll be pleased about that. We've still got a lot of work to do, a lot of things to improve on. But well played, Martin Odegard today. Chan says Trossard should not kick that ball. Havertz was waiting. It was offside anyway, so I don't think it would have counted in any case. But anyway, Gabriel says, "Wow, crazy ending." It was a crazy ending. Mark, so he said it wouldn't have counted. We're offside again. No, it wouldn't have counted. No, exactly. It wouldn't have counted. But anyway, I mean, it was a good game. It was a good game. Aggie says, "Please stop contend with 1-1. Yes, we're content with 1-1. It's the game's finished. It has finished 1-1. And says, Terry, Greg, Rich, enjoy your Sunday evening and yourself, and we'll see you very soon. Terry says, "Oh, well, let's sack our tail." Yeah, let's anyway. I agree. Rajendra says, "It was a good competitive game and 1-1 away from home." Yeah. Terry says, "Night to end." Yeah, I mean, it was a good game. I thought the draw was a fair result. I don't think either team quite did enough to win it. Both teams had opportunities to win it, but ultimately I think a draw was probably the right result. Gabriel says, "But bright side, Odegard assist on his return." Yeah, and he played quite well today, didn't he? Grew into the game. I'm surprised he lasted the full 90, but he did, so fair play to him. And yeah, it was a decent enough game and a decent enough performance from Arsenal, and we'll take the point and move on, won't we? But yes, there's a lot of work to do this international break. We need to come back and be stronger, and hopefully we will. We need to go on a run now, don't we? We've had some difficult games. We've come out of them with some points, but not enough. And we've still got a lot of work to do. Russ says, "Take care, everyone, and yourself, my friend." Aggie says, "Thank you. Have a good evening, and yourself. Enjoy the rest of your weekend." Nathan says, "Mixed bag, shows flashes, but not their most fluid. The midfield was off the pace compared to Chelsea for obvious reasons. Dug in and found a way to get a point, but really need to no, exactly, I agree. Yeah, there's lots of work to do still for this team if we are going to get ourselves back in the title race. When we're 9 points behind Liverpool after 11 games, it's a big gap, and we've got to do better. There's no doubt about that. Roger says, "Next game." Well, next game for us on the channel, of course, will be Wednesday. Champions League for the women, Juventus versus Arsenal. It's an early kickoff, 5:45, so I'm going to struggle to make the start. I'll probably be into the game a little bit, but we'll do our best. So that'll be that one. So join us for that on Wednesday. Of course, Friday we are back for the Arsenal Women's Show, 7:45. Looking forward to that one. Looking back on the big win over Brighton. Looking at, of course, the North London Derby, which is on Saturday. And of course, it is international break next weekend, so there's no Arsenal men's game for you. But of course, we've got the North London Derby on Saturday, so we're looking forward to all of that, of course. Mark C says, "We need to win about 6 or 7 games on the bounce and a new striker in January." Absolutely. Gratz with us says, "Was there a clash between women's AFC and men's AFC regarding next Champions League game?" Not the next one. There's one in December. There is a clash, and the men's game has been given priority, which we did talk about on the show the other night, which we're not very happy about, are we? But anyway, it is what it is. Rajendra says, "Hope to be home in time for the match." Yeah, me too. I'll probably won't be here for the start. Nathan says, "Thanks for the comments. Have a nice night, everyone." And yourself, my friend, thank you very much for watching. Hope you are doing well. So yeah, it's finished at 1-1. Yes, we'll take it. Obviously, we wanted to win the game, and we maybe needed to win the game, but a draw is not too bad, is it? I suppose. Mark says, "Have a good Sunday evening, Rich. Latest, fellas, and yourself, my friend. We'll see you very soon." Terry says, "We're just digging ourselves into a deeper hole week after week. Get this mug out, give him some garden leave." Well, I agree with you. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going anywhere. And I thought today's performance showed glimpses of turning the corner, if you like. Obviously, Martin Odegard makes such a difference, but he shouldn't make that much difference. We should have a plan when he's not there, because he could easily get injured again. So, lots to work on. But let's enjoy the fact that it was a good game today. We got a point. We probably deserved a point. And it's always disappointing when you score first and only get a point. But I don't think we didn't have to win the game. And that's that really. Grat says, "Okay, yeah, it's December, my friend. That one. I'm sure they'll come up with a solution at some point." Terry says, "Night to Nathan." So yeah, it was a good game. A draw was a fair result. I don't think we can argue with that. I thought both teams played well. Both teams had good spells in the game. There were chances at both ends. 2 very good goals, 2 very different goals. And I mean, Chelsea probably had more clearer chances, didn't they? I think David Raya had to make a couple of good saves. Obviously, we missed a couple of big chances of our own. But yeah, I think a draw was the right result. And I think everybody's going to be reasonably happy. I think when you go away to Chelsea or any of the top teams, coming away with a point is okay. And in the circumstances, it might not look like enough when you look at the league table and where we are. But I think that in the overall scheme of things, a draw there isn't a bad result. So let's take it. Let's be reasonably happy with how we played and move on. Greg says, thanks for a great show, more enjoyable than the football, but Tuesday is coming and the girls will win 5. It's on Wednesday. The girls goes on Wednesday this week, not Tuesday, but yeah, we will hopefully win that one as well. Grat says, have a nice day. Now I'll try to cure me from the cold. Oh, you got a cold, have you? Where you see you live in a cold country, my friend. That's the problem, isn't it? When you live in Sweden, you're going to catch a cold more, aren't you? But James says, Liverpool way ahead. They have been lucky in the matches, but they have made everything from their goals. I mean, I don't think you're lucky in the matches, are you? You've still got, everyone's got to play 38 games in the Premier League, and whichever order you play them in is irrelevant, really, isn't it? You've got to win your games when they come around. Everyone's got to win as many games as you can, and that's the way it is. Everyone's going to, everybody's got to play the same teams, home and away. Everybody's going to have injuries, and yes, if your injuries come at a time when you've got more technically difficult games, but there's no easy games in the Premier League. Every game is difficult. You go away from home and it's a battle. Everybody's finding it the same. So, Liverpool have done well. They're playing well. They've got a very good team. They're very well organised. And, that's the way it is. We can't worry too much about anybody else. All we've got to do is focus on ourselves, try and get ourselves back to our best form and try to go on a run of games. As Mark said, we need to win 5 or 6 in a row now. That's what we've got to focus on. Come back off the international break. Let's get some wins. We've got some winnable games. And let's go and win them and then see where we are. See if we can get ourselves back in it. Things can change quite quickly in football. We've got a good run between now and Christmas. Let's make the most of it. And let's go and let's get at it. Gabriel says, Liverpool 5-point lead is nothing. They have no depth. So if anything goes wrong, they're done. Well, yeah, maybe. But I mean, we had the same issues last season, didn't we? So it can happen. Greg said the women are playing Tuesday. Are they playing Tuesday, are they? Are you sure about that? Well, it was Wednesday. I'm sure it was Wednesday. I had Wednesday on my brain. Maybe it is Tuesday. Oh, yeah, that might be why we played our game Friday night, actually. You're probably right. It is Tuesday. Yes, sorry, my mistake. It is Tuesday. Yes, you're right. Okay, Tuesday, right. So, yes, it is on Tuesday. So we'll be on Tuesday. Yeah, you're right, Greg. Thanks for that. I don't know why I had Wednesday in my head. That's why we played Friday, didn't we? For that reason, because we were playing Tuesday. Anyway, we got there in the end. But yes, that's what it is. So yeah. Anyway, good stuff indeed. Rajendra said, I mean, decisions going their way and they have not been penalised, which has given them a good lead, and it's enabled their players to sing. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we can look at things. You could say, well, this has happened or that hasn't happened. But ultimately, football, everyone plays 38 games, and over the course of a season, the best team finishes on top, and that's the way it is. And the worst 3 teams get relegated. And at the moment, we've only played 11 games, so nothing's been decided yet. Liverpool are playing well. They've got the points on the board, and that's fair enough. We've got to play better. We've got to stop dropping as many points as we've been dropping and hope for the best. Gabriel says Liverpool should have had like 2 penalties against them. Terry says Liverpool are 9 points clear of us. Yeah, 9 are clear of us. Yeah, 5 points clear at the top, of course, of Man City. Gabriel says 2 clear fouls on Aston Villa. I didn't watch that game actually yesterday. But is what it is. I just look at the results and we've got to do better. Our results have got to be better. Rajendra says Juventus have shown that the refs do matter. Well, the refs do matter, but that's not the reason. League titles are decided on the pitch by the players over 38 games. You can blame referees for the odd decisions here and there. Everybody gets on for them and against them. That's the way it goes. And at the end of the season, the best team always wins the league every single year, without question, without fail. And that's the way it is. And whoever wins the league this year over 38 games will be the best team. If it's us, it's brilliant. If it's Liverpool, it's Liverpool. If it's City, it's City, whoever it is. So, that's the way it is. So we can look for excuses if we don't win. But, we've had things go our way. We've had things go against us. And that's football, innit? That is football. Gabriel says Man City should catch up in a matter of weeks. It's November and we can't tell who's going to win. No, absolutely not. We can't tell who's going to win the league yet. Exactly. It doesn't look like us, does it? Regina says, is that why Juventus were winners for so long? Well, no, I mean, Juventus don't play in the Premier League, do they? So I don't really care. And, didn't they get relegated for some sort of betting, some sort of illegal payments anyway? So it's irrelevant. The Premier League is the Premier League, and that's all that we should be worrying about. And I say we need to stop making excuses. Quite honestly, look at ourselves. We're not playing well enough. And if we end up winning the league, we'll win the league because we managed to turn it around and play better. It's the only way you win the league. You can blame anyone you want to blame, but that doesn't help you improve, does it? Ultimately, let's just focus on ourselves. What we can influence. We can influence our performances on the pitch. That's what we need to do and get better. I agree, because when Arteta's asked about getting a striker, he shrugged the question. Of course he does. He doesn't want to buy a striker. Regina says, so do you think that has not happened in the Premier League? Well, I don't know. Until it's been proven, we don't know, do we? We have to hope that it hasn't been, because otherwise there's no point in watching football, is there? I don't believe it has happened. No, I just think our referees are crap, but they're crap for everybody. Everyone gets good and bad decisions. So it's the way it is. And I think we just need to accept that's the way it is and just get on with it. And just try and do the best that you can on the pitch. We win and lose games because of mistakes our players make, or mistakes that the players of the other team make, or some special moments that players produce. That's what decides games ultimately. Referees' decisions don't win your leagues or lose your leagues usually. They don't. And you can make that as an excuse. Arteta loves to make that as an excuse. I prefer to look at ourselves. Look at ourselves and say, did we play well enough? This season, we haven't played well enough in enough games. In fact, we haven't played well enough at all season. Today, we played slightly better, but we've only got a draw. And there you go. Terry says, we win the league when Arteta has gone. Well, yeah, we won't win it before he's gone. Absolutely not. But anyway, look, we played well today, or better, I should say. We haven't played brilliantly. We played better against a decent Chelsea team. We've come away and got a point. We'll take that and go into the international break feeling a little bit happier with life and hopefully come back stronger, which we have to do. And I'm sure we will. So let's look ahead. Let's look at the positives, and let's not blame everything else. Let's look at ourselves. We've got to play better. We've got to come back after the international break, play better, and we will. Regenda says, penalties given by refs don't make a difference. Well, penalties are the result quite often of a wrong decision by a defender. And VAR now is there to make sure that those decisions are generally given as correct. And I don't think that's we can blame that. That's one goal in a game, isn't it? And that might be 2 or 3 goals over a season. That doesn't decide league titles. It might make the odd difference here and there to momentum in the game, but the decisions generally are right. We might disagree with them, but VAR is there to make them right, isn't it? And the laws of the game are the laws of the game. Well, no, but you see, you're looking at it wrong, aren't you? If a player, all our players that's been sent off, they've been sent off because they've done stupid things. Declan Rice, stupid what he did. And whether or not he should have been sent off or not, it's irrelevant. He did a stupid thing and he's got sent off for it. It's his fault, not the referee's fault. It's his fault. I can't remember all the other Trossard, wasn't he just booked and he pulled someone back? Stupid decision. It's his own stupid mistake. And I can't remember the other one. Who else has been sent off? The Bournemouth one. Well, that's a professional foul. So all our 3 red cards have been perfectly fine. There's been nothing wrong with them. They've just been mistakes by our players. So that's not the referee's fault, is it? It's not the referee's fault. Gabriel says it's like saying Andy's a winner because he won so many leagues, but it's not. But it's the SPL, so obviously it's he's going to win with that lot. Well, no, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, Terry says, yes, bloody ref cost us today. He cancelled out Chelsea's goal. FIFA have sacked the refs. FIFA have sacked the refs into Milan. Why are you so focused on referees? I don't care about referees. I'm not bothered about referees. Referees, if we don't have referees, we don't have a game. Focus on ourselves, our own mistakes, what we're doing wrong and what we need to improve and what we've done well. Look at that. Have we played well enough this season? Forget referees. Have we played well enough this season? No, we haven't. We're miles off Liverpool because we've not played well enough. We've not played well enough 8 or 9 of our 11 games. And that's the bottom line. And if we start playing better, then we'll get better results. If we start playing better, regardless of referees, regardless of anything else, if we start playing better, we will get better results. And that is a fact. Liverpool are top of the league because they've played well and they've managed to fight. And when they haven't played well, they've managed to find a way to win games. And that's what wins your titles, doing that. Let's focus on that. That is what we need to focus on. Gabriel says, if Rice and Trossard were red, we want to see it about. I don't care. Why do we want to see it about? So what you're saying is, if a referee makes a decision that's a little bit harsh on us, why do we want to see that again? We want a referee to learn from that and not do that again. So next time it doesn't happen to us, it doesn't happen to anybody. Surely that's a better way forward for football, isn't it? That, you know, if a referee made a very harsh decision against us, I don't want to see them make that same mistake against another team. I want to see them not make that mistake again, because it's going to affect everybody eventually. And I don't think that they were necessarily wrong decisions. Letter of the law, they're fine. Letter of the law, they're fine. And we need to be better. If we've had a booking, don't go and do stupid things and get yourself a second booking. That should be a lesson for our players to learn. And that's what we need to focus on. But I'm not looking at referees. We need to look at ourselves. We're not playing well enough. We are not playing well enough. And until we sort that out, we can blame anyone what we want to blame, but it's not going to change anything. Let's play better. If we're playing better, we're dominating games, and then we're losing game after game because of refereeing decisions, you might have a point, and I might then start to look at that. But we're not playing well enough, so it's irrelevant what else happens. We need to play better first. Let's get our game right. Let's play better, and then the results will follow. I'm telling you, I guarantee you, we will get better results if we start playing better, because that's football, that's sport. If you play at your best level, you get more results, and that's the bottom line. Terry says we shouldn't be relying on refs. We win or lose, it's on us. No one else. It's the same for everyone. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If we play better, we win more games. That's what we should focus on. Don't make excuses. Or referees this, referees that. No, not having it. We have got to play better. Rajendra says they make their bad decisions on us, and that affects the players. And for something others that play. No, but it's not just us, is it? It's not just us. They do it to everybody else. Look at Wolves have had some shocking decisions. They've had worse decisions than us, Wolves, over the last few years. Do you know what I mean? It happens to everybody. It's not just us. You're focusing on us. We focus on us because we watch all our games. We don't watch every other game. I don't. I watch games here and there. We only watch our own games. We're only bothered about us. So we think we're hard done by, but we're no more hard done by than anyone else. I saw they did some stat thing, and we've been treated better by referees than most other teams overall. Everyone gets decisions against them. Stop making an excuse. Greg says, I totally agree. The team should be able to play still if you get setbacks. We aren't playing well enough to win the league. Exactly, yeah. Jan says, you said it's not worth. Well, no, it isn't. You're right. I don't watch a lot of football outside of Arsenal because I don't enjoy it. But I see games here and there sometimes. I watch some football, obviously. But I don't watch the game and always look to criticise referees. What's the referee doing? No, I just look at how we're playing. How are we playing? Ask yourself that. Are we playing well? No. Let's worry about that. And Arteta should worry about that rather than blaming everybody else. Terry says, I blame the teams we play. They keep scoring more than us. Well, yeah, that's another reason. Gabriel says, Prem refs are shocking in general, regardless of that. Exactly, you're right. They are. So just forget them. We know they're crap. Doesn't matter. People say before games, oh, we've got this referee. We're gonna have a bad decision today. They're all bad. All of them. Makes no difference who we get. Regenda says, not I've seen the stat thing, and Arsenal have been the worst treated throughout the years. No, I don't think we have. I don't think we have at all. We just believe that we have because it's our team, but we haven't. We get treated the same as everybody else, and that's the way it is. And we need to focus more on ourselves and how we play. And if we do that, we'll be fine. And that's what I want to focus on. So as Greg rightly pointed out, it's Tuesday the women's game. So we'll be a Tuesday I'll be here hopefully before 6 because of the time I get in from work, it's usually about 5 to 10 to 6. So I'll try and get a bit early if I can, but I can't guarantee it. So join me for that one on Tuesday. Friday, we're here 7:45 for the Arsenal women's show. That's going to be good. It's a women's week this week because there's an international break for the men. And Saturday at 1:30, we'll be here for the North London derby, Tottenham women against Arsenal. That's going to be a great game as well, isn't it? So please join us for all of that. Gabriel says, just hope nobody does anything stupid on the international break. Well, yeah, no one gets injured on the international break is what we need. Let's hope that doesn't happen. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm off to get something to eat because it's been a long day for me. Thanks for watching. Did finish 1-1. Could have been worse. Could have been better. We'll take a draw. Fair result at the end of it. We need to play better. And I'm sure we will. After the international break. Anyway, we'll be back Tuesday for the women's game. Join me for that. Take it easy, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for your company today. Come on, you Gunners. Come on, you Gunners, let's do it.